You're watching Samwelb12.
All right. Hey, welcome to Tuesday late night hockey. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Utah Mammoth going toe-to-toe tonight, night 2 of Maple Leaf action. Last night, the Leafs took down the Colorado Avalanche. Tonight, they look to take down the Mammoth in Utah. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Sam. You're watching the Samwelb12 Experience live on the SB12 Sports Network. The Maple Leafs, the Mammoth. Tonight is the night. Let's go. Welcome in. Jeff, good to see you. Billy, hello there. Beverly, what's going on? Ursus, welcome to the party. Hey there, John. How's it going? Daniel, Barry, happy Tuesday night. Welcome in. Savage, how's it going? Kevin, welcome in. Dallas, Gerard, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight. This is going to be another fun one. The Leafs going to look to continue stomping and just getting her done. I don't know what I was going to say there, but let's go. I'm so excited. I hope you are too. I'm excited with a little lemon twist of tired because last night was a late one. We're going to have another late one today. Joshua, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Let's go. Let's talk some hockey. We have some lineup changes tonight. Guess it's still Tuesday. Charlie, how's it going? It's still Tuesday for now. Alviva, welcome in. Carrie, how's it going? Good evening. Let's go. Let's do it. For the Maple Leafs, they are now 23-15-7 coming in tonight. Some lineup changes. Top line is still going to be Max Domi. It's still going to be Austin Matthews, but it looks like Bobby McMahon is moving up to the top line. Moving on up to the left side. Bobby Mack going to be on the left side with Austin Matthews and Max Domi. We have Matias Michelli returning to Utah. First time since signing in Toronto. He's going to be with John Tavares and Willie Nylander. Coming down, Matthew Nyes is going to be on the third line with Nick Waugh, and I believe Easton Cowan is going to be on that third line as well. And on the fourth line, it's going to be Lawrence Lawton and Callie Yarncroc. As we expected, Nicky Robertson is not going to play tonight. He's listed as day-to-day after taking that shot off the leg. Hey, Talon, welcome in. Go Leafs. Go Leafs. Carrie, let's do it, right? Let's do it. Easton Cowan should be on that third line. We'll have to see what they do with the third and fourth line. They might juggle players around. I've seen so many different predictions of what it's going to be, but right now it's going to be Matthew Nyes, Nicky Waugh, and I believe Cowan is going to be there, but we'll see once they get on the ice. And again, how long does Bobby Mack play on that first line? Will he flip-flop with Matthew Nyes? Could be, but Bobby Mack right now is playing some of the best hockey of his young career, and it is going to be a good one. Hey, Birdman, what's going on? Go Leafs, go. On the D side, Morgan Riley back with Brendan Carlo, and I know a lot of us are not happy with Morgan Riley after last night. Jake McCabe with Ekman Larson, Simon Benoit, and Troy Stetcher, and of course, getting the start tonight, the Hildebeest in between the pipes, Dennis Hildeby getting that start. And again, no Nick Robertson. He is out day to day due to blocking that shot off the back of his leg. Now for the Mammoth coming in 22-20-4. It's going to be Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz, and Lawson Krause. And boy, I like Keller a lot. Wouldn't he look good in the blue and white? Well, I guess kind of technically he is in the blue and white in Utah, but in the Toronto blue and white, would love to see him in Toronto. Not going to happen. JJ Peterka is going to be with Hayton and Daniel Butt. We got a Butt on the ice tonight. We got Carcone with McBain and Dylan Gunther. He drops down to the third line. He is the Utah leading scorer, I do believe. We got the brother, Brendan Tanev. He's going to be with Kevin Stunlin and Liam O'Brien. On defense, Sergachev with Dursey, Nate Schmidt with Marino, and Ian Cole with DeSimon. And Karel Vejma, he is going to be in net tonight. Vejmelka is getting the start for Utah. Erica, what's going on? Welcome in. I play speed. Hello there. How do you feel about the Habs lost? Meh, it happens. You win some, you lose some. Habs are playing such good hockey right now. It is ridiculous. Come on, Leafs. Hype it up, fans. That's right. Avi, welcome in. Welcome in. John, hello there. Welcome in. Stranger here. You're no stranger here. Bucks, how's it going? Good to see you. David, Jamaica Dave in the house. We can start the game. Welcome in, Dave. Hope you're doing well. Those are the lineups for tonight. Let's get to the team comparisons. Hildeby, the netminder for Toronto tonight, 4-5-4. Not a great record, but he has a 2.75 and a 9.16 save percentage. That's pretty darn good. And he has been playing very, very well. Vejmelka on his own, he's 20-11-2 with a 2.63 goals against and a 900 save percentage. Toronto on the power play doing a much better job, improved up to 17%, 24th overall. They actually dropped. They were 23rd yesterday. Utah behind them at 15.5%, good for 29th in the league. Toronto's power play continues to get better, 84.9%. They are now third in the National Hockey League on the penalty kill. That's pretty darn good. Utah is 11th at 80.7%. Toronto still maintains that top spot in the faceoff circle at 56.6%. Utah is 23rd at 48.3. The Maple Leafs are singing as they come into this one because they are hot, hot, hot. Coming in an 8-0-2 record in their last 10. 4 wins in a row over Florida, Philly, Vancouver, and Colorado. They're looking to make it lucky number 5. The Mammoth, they're 5-4-1 over their last 10, coming off a loss to Columbus, but they did have 3 wins in a row before that. Rangers, Ottawa, and St. Louis. So going to be a good matchup tonight. The referees who we get to yell at and scream at, it's going to be Gord Dwyer and Bo. How the heck do you pronounce that? That's not his last name. Bo Hakides. We're going to go with that. Hakides and Dwyer are going to be your 2 referees tonight. Garlitz and Apperson going to be the linesmen calling the offsides and the icing here today. This is going to be a good one. Elisa, what's going on? Welcome in. Davey boy, how's it going? Joker, welcome in. Lightbeam Dan in the house, welcome in. Everybody, thank you for joining us. As you are coming in, hype it up. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe as well. You know it. Boom. Welcome in. Spicer, how's it going? See, the Leafs coming off their... They were so good. They were so good last night. And listen, they got to be proud. Leafs have to be pumped up. And they deserve to be pumped up because what they did was so exciting. It was so incredible. And they deserve to be hyped up. They beat the Colorado Avalanche, one of the best teams in the league, ending their 17-game win streak at home. So big job there by the Maple Leafs. So they deserve to celebrate. And hopefully they'll come in and play a good, solid game today because right now, Toronto hanging into that top wild card spot. We're still waiting to see how these standings are going to play out as the other games are just finishing. We had a bunch of OT games, but right now, Toronto has that top spot. Washington, with their win, leapfrogs into third place in their division, which bumps Philadelphia out of that spot. They fall just outside of the wild card. So Pittsburgh is going to be in there. Boston, I believe they picked up a win today, so they're going to move up some points. So once all the scoreboard watching is done, they're actually up 2-0 in the third period. So Boston is going to move up some spots. So we'll see how it's all going to play out after that game is done. But the standings are going to be close, and we're going to be watching it all the way through. We got a birthday. Dan, happy birthday to you. Welcome in, Dan. I said welcome, but happy birthday, my friend. I hope it's been a good day for you, and hopefully the Leafs can pick up a big birthday win. Rick in the house, what's up? I had to watch last night's game with one eye open in bed. Oh my goodness, Rick. It was so crazy last night, wasn't it? It was so crazy. Yeah, let's wish Dan a happy birthday. Drop some birthday cakes in there for him as they're at commercial break. When they return, we will be getting this game going on, and we're going to be looking for some big plays from the superstars of today. Now, this is the second time the Maple Leafs have played Utah this season. The first game, they won 5-3. That was back on November 5th in Toronto. So we're going to look to see if they can repeat that, maybe with a bigger score. Again, the under-over 6.5 today. So depending on what you take, how you're going to play responsibly, play within your limits, and let us know who you're taking. And if you think it's going to be the over under, let us know if you're parlaying it up, what it is all going to be. And of course, we'll be checking it out a little bit later on in the game and see if there's any fun little bets that we can come up with. So Bobby McMann going to be the player we're going to keep a very close eye on today. Again, he's got 2+ shots in his last 10+ games. So he has been absolutely amazing. He is just growing leaps and bounds. So we're going to continue to see how he plays, especially if he does get a lot of time on that top line. All right, folks, the lights are on. They're on the ice. Mike Johnson is between the benches, and we are ready to get this game underway. So let's flip on over to the game screen, get ourselves lock, stock, and set to go. Matthews, he's been crushing it in his last so many games, and boy, oh boy, I'm excited to see what he's going to continue to do today. Now, again, some of our widgets are going to be a little ahead of the times as well. It's all in real time, and sometimes that just happens. Here we go. Referee, drop the puck. Get her going. Here we go. Whoops. Come on. Scroll with me, baby. There we go. Set it up. We are underway. Puck, Utah, bringing it into the Leaf zone. Going to kick it off. Utah in the black jerseys tonight. Pass back to the point. Here's a long shot deflected right on, and a nice little stop here early by the Beast, Hildebeest, making the save. Utah going to start going from left to right across the ice in the dark jerseys. Toronto in the whites going from right to left. What you're seeing up here is going to show you where the puck is moving around, how it's tracking along the ice. This is in real time, so because of the TV delay, it's going to be slightly off. There will be some spoilers, but you'll get the idea. Down here, it's going to show you all the shots, where they're coming from, and as you can see, starting to come up across the way, who's on the ice and what their lines are. Their scoring lines, that is. Hey, Chrissy, what's going on? Welcome in. Let's do it, right, Kevin? Let's do it. Hey, Eric, welcome in. This coming around, Toronto with the puck, going to play this up. Matthews going to carry over the red line, dumping it in the corner. Domi going in there, hustling in there. Coach very impressed with Domi lately, likes the effort. Bobby Mack going to play this right in front. Going to chip it down. Matthews behind the net. He's looking around, going for the wraparound. Couldn't get through, and Bobby Mack just a little further back between the faceoff dots. Couldn't get that loose puck. Just about a minute gone here, and each team has had a chance in the other team's zone, but nothing has come out of it just yet. McCabe going to spin around, create some space, and this top line is going to go change it off. What up, 23rd? How's it going? Leafs are skins tonight. Do you think Tucker will take the short-term contract carry? I saw that. You know what? $50 million. I didn't hear how many years it was for. All I saw was short-term. So I got to assume it's 1 to 3 years. That's a lot of coin, and it's a tempting offer. Quick shot by Lorentz. He may take it. This coming across to Benoit at the point. Throws it towards the net. It's deflected high into the glass. Lawton going to kick it over to Lorentz. Nice pass by Lawton. Lorentz along the boards having some trouble. Taken away from him, and Utah going to spin it around in the corner. Here comes Cole, going to work it up. In yesterday's game, it was fairly late, so the brain wasn't working. The rat had fallen off the wheel, so it wasn't at full speed. But Easton Cowan really didn't see much ice time in the third period. Coach was so happy with Domi's playing with some of the others, like Bobby McMann, that ice time just got spread around. And even with Nick Robertson out, Easton Cowan did not see a regular shift, so we'll have to see how he continues to go today. Popcorn is ready. Mini eggs set. Nice. Oh, I love some popcorn. Give me a little caramel corn. All good in the hood. All right, face off at center ice again. This is going to be won by Utah. Utah going to play it across, chipped in all the way back. Hildeby thought about going to get it. He does not. Riley puts it along the boards. Big hit in the corner as Carlo goes down. He was sitting on the stick of O'Brien. Leafs working it around their own zone. Here's a long outlet pass. Nyes gave it to Riley to back it up, and now they bring this one in. Little skim move there. Skip move by Waugh. Throws it behind the net. Nyes can't get there. Carlo pinches up, puts it deep in the corner, and Sergachev going to very quickly work this one all the way down. Race for it. Riley going to get there first, picks it up, moves the puck away from Krause. Krause was very close coming in. Pass up to Bobby McMahon. He's going to play it in the corner. Domi coming in here against Sergachev. Sergachev battling in, getting some help down low as Schmaltz comes back. Puck comes to the point. Long shot tipped, and that one goes just wide. Matthews going to put it around behind the net to Domi. Back up top to the point, moving it across for McCabe. He throws it towards the net, hits the skate. This is going to be knocked down. Oh, the Cowboy redemption. Easton Cowan would love for him to get another big goal. Unfortunately, we have no choice for a late game tonight and Thursday. That's right, Jeff. Thursday, it's going to be Vegas and the Maple Leafs. Mitch Marner facing his old team. Oh no, sick with the flu as Utah comes in. Get back in your net. Scramble in front. And the Maple Leafs defense close up and they bail out their netminder as he came way out of his net. Here's a one-timer across and they score. Carcone is gonna bury it. And the Utah Mammoth take a huge first step as they put that one home. 1-0 for the Woolly Mammoth. Wow. Carcone, the Leafs scrambling around in their own zone, just could not. Stetcher trapped in his net, bearing it out. Stetcher and Benoit trip over Hildeby. He's got no stick. They continue to work it around, and Hildeby just a little slow going post to post, and a nice shot short side by Carcone, but that goal should never go in. Wow. Hey, Craig, how's it going? Welcome in. Like the improved energy, checking the physical play. Yeah, they were showing a lot of energy yesterday. Seems to be missing a little bit here tonight, but hopefully they will pick this one up as Carcone gets it from Schmidt and Marino. Recon, thank you for hitting that follow. We appreciate it. Diced, how's it going? AM34 getting a goal. I hope so. Hey, Chris, welcome back in. Here comes Stevie Lorentz. Going to flip this one over to Yarncroke. Yarny in here tonight with Nick Robertson out. Plays it around behind the net. Toronto coming in a pinch. They're going to knock it behind. Lawton with a good job. Ian Cole going to move it around the boards. Kept in by Lorentz, taking a sharp angle shot. Deflected in the corner, and nobody knew where it went, except for Utah. Cole again, playing it up the middle. Loose puck there, and no Leaf can get over there quickly. They have Yarncroc running around the zone as Utah continues to pass the puck through. Finally, they're going to set it up behind their own net, and Ian Cole waiting here to get something done. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Utah, not yet. He scored already. Oh, it was a nice one-timer to the short side, and the goaltender, Hildeby, just a little slow coming across with no stick. Back to the point again. Utah throwing it towards, helps off, look for the wraparound in front. Holy, Hildeby doesn't know where it is. He's scrambling post to post. Good thing he's 6'7". 6'7". Is that still a thing in 2026, or did that end in 2025? Utah bringing it across. Gonna bring this one down low. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Back up. Here's Keller. Keller to the point. Another one-timer, big block. Toronto going to bring it towards the boards. Try to play it in the middle. They can't get it out. Utah holds it in. Walking up. Another shot. And a nice save as Schmaltz gets a dirty one. And that's going to be deflected into the corner. Nice play there. Michael says Leafs are going to lose tonight. They're scrambling right now early. Utah, they are a solid team. Don't let it fool you because they're a little bit of an unknown. Utah is a decent squad, and they're having themselves a nice little season as well. Currently sitting fourth in the Central Division. They are just outside of a playoff spot. They're actually tied with Los Angeles, so they are in the hunt. This back around behind the net. Toronto cannot clear. Benoit, swing and a miss, strike one. He's going to get another chance. Misses that one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Benny, you got one more chance. Misses that one. Strike three. Benoit, get off the ice. It comes back over to him. Fourth time's the charm, I guess, and he's going to flip this one down. 5 shots for Utah so far. Not a single shot on net for Toronto, and that's going to be an icing call. Can't show a lack of urgency after beating the best team in the league. That's right. And I'm sure there's a little bit of an emotional come down as that was a tough game. That was a very, very fast-moving game. Hey, Karen and Ken, what's going on? The crusty old crow, how's it going? Good to see you. TML, what's up? Welcome in. Utah, Arizona were always hard to play against. They always gave Toronto a hard time. That is for sure. Schmaltz keeping this one in the Leaf zone. They're going to play it back to the point. They move the puck very quickly. Here's a shot. That one is tipped just wide. Again, Keller trying to center it for Schmaltz. That misses. This is going to come out. Hey, Junior, how's it going? TSN, that is correct. TSN is where this game can be found if you're in the Toronto area, or I guess really anywhere in Canada if you get TSN. Utah still has it in the Leaf zone. Here's a long shot, and Hildeby grabs that in the glove through a crowd. Nice little catch there, and he gives McCabe a little tap on the leg. Hey, David, how's it going? Pete, what's up? Welcome in. They're going to go to commercial break, and Toronto needs it because they have to regroup here. Utah is all over them. Hildeby in net. Hildeby is doing his thing, and man, he is good. Wow, he is really good. Chris, what's going on? Down a game? Down a grade? I don't know. Seems okay for me there, Chris. Hopefully it's okay for you. Hey there, Onyx. What's going on? The Beast looks a little lost. Yeah, Chris, he's scrambling. He's scrambling, but everybody is scrambling right now in the defensive zone. Utah is just moving the puck so fast. Mr. Snake, what's going on? Could have been goalie interference. I mean, he was getting bumped pretty good in there, real good in there. TML with the super chat. Go Leafs go. Thank you so much, TML, for dropping the super chat in. We appreciate it. Leafs need to stay out of the box. Yes, they do. Hey, where did that go? There it is. Let's put that up there. Go Leafs go. Thank you so much, TML. We appreciate it. There it is. Some hockey sticks for TML. That's how we thank people for donos here in the chat, for donations, for memberships. A little stick tap by putting in the hockey stick. I was watching someone's live and it was having a problem. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting, Chris. Not to worry. Leafs are going to pick it up. We hope so. Willie is going to have to throw the team on his back again, but get them back in here. I like how Willie's been playing since his return. He's been looking real solid, real good. Willie is willing. Willie is finding a way, and he is looking great. Hopefully he will continue his great play because, man, that Nylander is something special when he wants to be. So hopefully he will continue to want to be because we're going to need him. Hey, Blair, welcome in. Blacked out in BC, so probably only available in the Leaf region. All right, gotcha. I hate when they do that stuff, but that's why we are here to be the savior of regional restrictions and bring you the full coverage as much as we can. Anyways, here we go. Face off to the left of Hildeby. Gotta go. The real Tom Fullery. Love that name. Welcome in. That is correct, sir. Off the draw, Utah again winning this, putting it around the boards. Utah putting it down low. Willie going in the corner, putting a little body on his man. But again, Utah very quick to move this puck. McCabe going to tie up his guy. Tavares slow coming over to Gunther. Here's a shot knocked down in front. Utah still controls, putting it across. Here's a shot, and that one again is going to be knocked away. My goodness, Utah has been all over the Leafs for the first 7 minutes of this period. It's going to be blocked by Nylander, but again, Leafs cannot clear. Down low, coming in front with a one-timer. Penalty coming up to Toronto as Ekman Larson gonna touch up, and the Maple Leafs are stuck. They may still be in Colorado. I think they forgot they got a whole new game here. So McCabe is going, what did I do? I didn't do anything. And the ref says, no, my bad. It's 88, not 22. Hey, Renee, welcome in. Go Leafs go. Thank you so much. BRGR hitting that subscribe, lighting the blue lamp. Welcome to the community. Hopefully the Maple Leafs are going to light that lamp as well. But thank you for that subscribe. Void, how's it going? Welcome in. Mammoth got this one. They look good. I mean, Mammoth are a solid team this year. That's right, Blair, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. We try our best. Sergachev back to pick it up behind the Utah net. Lorentz going to chase him back. He's going to do another circle. And here we go. Minute 40 left on the power play. A very quick 20 seconds ticked off the clock. Utah bringing it in, pulling up is Keller. Going to pass it aside. This coming around the net, picking it up again is Keller, holding this one in, trying to chase it. Toronto putting it up along the boards. Ekman-Larsson holding it there, tying it up. Didn't have a clear lane to shoot it out, so he's just going to eat up clock by holding it here. Still holding it here. Schmaltz comes in. They're battling. They're pushing. Benny, he's going to look out, puts it right on his own goal, and the Leafs cannot clear. They get it to the point, and we got a whistle. Big scrum going on in the corner. Do we have a penalty coming out of the scrum? Peterka, I think, is going to the box. JJ, you bad boy, you're going to the box. And that's it. We're going to get some 4-on-4 for 1:14. Good job. Leafs did not have an opportunity to clear it, so they just tie it up along the boards. They end up drawing a penalty, and we go some 4-on-4. Peterka for hooking. Even though it's after hours here in Toronto, that is still not allowed. You go to the box. Hey, Christal, what's going on? Welcome in. Let's do it. As Tone Loke says, let's do it. Off the draw, it's a scramble. Matthews trying to dig it out of the feet. It's there. He's going to pull it back to the point. Ekman-Larsson has this. Leafs first possession with the 4-on-4. Matthews cycling, coming to the high slot with a shot. That one is blocked. Utah player goes down. Leafs keep it in. Back over to Matthews. Puck is bouncing. Going to play it over Michelli now. He takes a long shot into the chest of the Utah netminder, and he's going to hang on to it. Hey, Luke, how's it going? No fear. Do you remember all the no fear stuff back in the 90s? Man, it was awesome. The important question for the chat: who has the better lettuce, Willie Styles or Logan Cooley? Tom Cooley or Willie Styles with the better lettuce? I go Willie Styles all day, all day. All right, good job there by Michelli, able to get a good shot. So there's the Leafs' first shot on net. Gotta get more than that. Gotta get more than that. Back to the line. McCabe, he's going to put this one in the middle. Toronto with it. Bobby Mack for Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh misses it, recovers, gets it to Bobby McMahon. McMahon to the point to Riley. Riley to McCabe. McCabe backing up, comes out of the zone, gets run over by Clayton Keller. It's a 2-on-1. Going to pass this one over. Leafs getting back. You cannot allow Clayton Keller to run you over, Jake McCabe. You are bigger and stronger. You got to stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself that. Just like in Cool Runnings. Still coming through. Utah bringing it right back in. A long shot. That's going to be blocked. Jake McCabe needs to go in front of that mirror. I see pride. I see power. I see a bad mother who don't take no crap from nobody. Cool Runnings. So good. So good. This is going to be dumped all the way down. Toronto now has a power play for 40 seconds. Let's see if the Leafs can even get into the Utah zone. 11 minutes to go here. Stolarz is still injured. So Anthony Stolarz is still out on the injured list. He's got a pretty significant injury. Over the line is Michelli. Michelli bringing this one up. Sending it back to the line. Ekman-Larsson going across. Matthews with it. He's going to spot Michelli. Michelli looked in the slot for Nylander. Can't get it to him. To Matthews at the point. Across for a one-timer by Ekman-Larsson. That one is blocked. Ekman-Larsson feeding it down low. Walking right out of the corner. To Nylander digging. But Valgema is down, and he's going to hang on to it. My goodness. Good passing. Good work. Hey, Patrick, what's going on? Welcome in. Holy smokes. Unfortunately, Valentine's Day is on the Olympic Games. And that's okay, Jeff. Nothing says I love you and a good Valentine's Day dinner more than sitting on the couch and watching some Olympics. That's where we'll be. Oh, my goodness. Willie Bias. Willie Bias. Come on, Willie. You can do it, Willie. You can do it. Oh, man. Spicer, they were so good last night. Cam, what's going on? Go Leafs, go. Willie taking the face off, going to lose this one, and it's hammered on the boards. This comes all the way out as Nate Schmidt going to tee off on that one, and that does it. Power play has expired. Leafs pick up a couple of shots in their 40 seconds. Long pass to Nylander at the red line. Leafs going to bring this one into the Utah zone. Have to keep the feet moving. Morgan Riley, you're a defenseman. Why are you behind the Utah net? Matthews, long pass. Morgan Riley trying to get back. Morgan Riley does. He ties up his man, but they're still coming with numbers. Morgan Riley is gassed now. He's way out of position, and it's sitting there. It's sitting there. They can't get it. Gunther putting it across, one-timer. That one gets knocked down in front. Schmidt trying to get there. Everybody looking for it. Schmidt with a blast at 83 miles an hour, and Michelli off the boards just getting it out. Morgan Riley put himself way out of position, trying to bring this one back across. Nate Schmidt. It's picked up there by Matthew Nyes, stick handling. He's going to bring it back. Riley, just get off the ice. Here comes Nyes, weaving and winding his way down the ice, giving it over to Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh, drop pass to the point. Benoit, an awkward kind of step. He almost fell into that slap shot. Just missed the net. Back in the corner, Utah has it here. Dursey going to pass it up, and Utah going to start the rush. Long cross-ice pass, and with ease, Utah breaks into the Toronto zone. 9 minutes to go here in period number 1. Hey there, Beverly. I'm not sure if I said hello. Blair, thank you for hitting that subscribe. We appreciate it. Welcome in. Hey there, Douglas. Welcome in as well. Oilers in Nashville, they're tied 3-3. Have that game going over my shoulder. We'll check in and see what's happening there at the next stoppage, because that one is in the third. Jorn Krok across to Lorenz. A one-timer is blocked. Another shot and another save by the netminder for the Mammoth. Utah going to go off the glass, putting this one down the ice. Ekman Larson throwing it back up. Toronto, Lorenz racing in for it, but Ian Cole going to get there. He's going to reverse it. I feel like Ian Cole has been a bit of a journeyman. He seemed to have bounced around a bit. McCabe going to Ekman Larson. His shot is going to get blocked. McCabe pinches up to try and keep it in. He cannot. Hey there, Prep. Welcome in. Mega, welcome in as well. Going cross ice, Schmidt, another shot. That one is blocked this time by Jorn Krok, putting it towards the boards, trying to get it up to McMahon. Pass does not connect. Buffalo Sabres, man, they're giving Toronto a run for their money as the Sabres have that other wild card spot just below Toronto. Toronto and Buffalo, the two wild card teams. Sabres, a shocking season, just like this Utah squad. Utah has been real difficult for a lot of teams. Going to play this one up. Keller, a nice pass across. Again, Utah into the Toronto zone. In the corner, Leafs cannot clear. Utah behind the net, centering in front. High slot with a shot right on, and Hildeby sees that one, and he's going to hang on to it as we got some pushing and shoving in front of the net as Hildeby gives a little head shake as he kind of got bumped in front of the net. And again, they're going to go to commercial break. 7:26 remaining in period number 1. Yeah, Leafs might be tired from last game for sure. Buffalo being anything but Buffalo. And you know what's funny? The Sabres, they started the season horrendously, right? It was like, my goodness. And all of a sudden they started winning and winning and winning and winning. And Montreal did that last year twice, right? Montreal was at the bottom. They put some huge win streaks together and they got up there. All you got to do is get a streak or two in a season and it can change your luck around. Hey, Jamal, how's it going? That's right. Still a lot of games left to go. A lot of games left to go. Anything can happen, but you got to get some wins. Have to get some wins for sure. Welcome in, everybody. If you've never streamed with us before, if you've never watched with us before, welcome to the show. My name is Sam. This is the Samwelb12 Experience, as it says right up here. We are live on the SB12 Sports Network. You can search either one of those, and you will find us over on YouTube. We are on other social media as well. Just search Samwelb12, and you will find us. Look for the Samwelb12 Experience, the little green logo, or teal with the SB12 in the middle, and that is us. So give us a follow over on all social media. Chris, thank you so much for those gifts. I appreciate it, Chris. Thank you kindly. You're welcome for the glow stick ice cream cake slice. I love it. You're awesome as well. Never really been one to celebrate Valentine's Day, but I will celebrate anything chocolate related. Bring on the chocolate. I got a really nice bag of chocolate popcorn that I'm saving. We finished the caramel corn. It was delicious. So now we got this chocolate popcorn that I can't wait to dive into. Now, the other thing, you can help us out again by hitting that like, hitting that subscribe, but you can also share us out. Hit that little share button, copy the link, and you can drop it on all your social circles. Tell your hockey friends, come on over, hang out, enjoy some late leaf hockey here on a Tuesday night, because, hey, We only got another hour and a half of Tuesday, then we're going into Wednesday. And you know why I'm really excited for Wednesday? It's double up garbage day. So for us, double up garbage day, always a big day. Always a big day. Eric, thank you so much. We appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, face off back in the corner. Utah has it back in the Leaf side of the ice. I think the ice is tilted here. Utah putting it back in front of the net, kick back behind. Utah still with it. Going to play it around is Daniel Butt. Back to the point, long shot, crisscross applesauce. Goes around, misses the net, but it's behind. Ekman Larsson can't get it over. Scotty Lawton in the corner ties up his man. Scott Lawton thinks he's at the Calgary Stampede, the way he hog-tied and tackled that guy. Back in the corner, Lawton again. Utah sending it to the point, putting this one across. Long shot, and that one sees it, and some big fisticuffs as Ekman Larsson gets hit, and he's throwing them. The gloves are down, and Ekman Larsson is just drilling them. The referees are going to jump in, and they're going to pull them apart. Oh, man. Barrett Hayton started going at it with Ekman Larsson. Hayton threw down the gloves and grabbed him, and Ekman Larsson just came wallop. And then the linesman jumped in and broke that one up. Oh, man. That was a doozy. That was a doozy. Should have let him go. Shoulda let him go. Big fight. I mean, gotta let those go. There it is, little Chuck Norris. Boom, boom, boom. That was a great job by Ekman Larsson, just standing his ground, throwing some lefts and rights, getting in there. Refs, just let him go. 3 good lefts. So Toronto gets only 2 minutes for roughing. Utah gets a double for roughing. So 4 minutes for roughing. Toronto going to come out of that with a power play. We will take that. All right. What was this is the one? Oh, scrap. That's what I wanted to use. Redeem scrap. Leafs going to get the power play here. They're going to come out of it. Oh boy, that was awesome. Is that what is going to see more of in this game? I hope so. I hope we see more of it. Toronto standing up, being physical. Boom. Boom. That was just awesome. All right, Leafs on the power play. Let's go. They do love hot, especially the Leafs. There you go, Gumdrop. Exactly. This is going to be won by Utah, and again, they're going to send it all the way down the ice. Caitlin, what's going on? Welcome in. Hey, Adrian, welcome in as well. Good to see you. Thoughts on the Lightning F350 Dawson? Lightning, man, they're lighting it up. Pun not intended. They are playing unbelievable hockey. Detroit, Tampa Bay, and Montreal are just unreal right now. Detroit and Tampa just can't lose. Matthews back with it. Going to play this to Michelli. Leafs are going to slow play this one into the zone. They dump it in, and the Utah goaltender, Valjima, is going to play this one out. So Morgan Riley has to back it up. That's right, 1-0. Utah jumping ahead earlier in this game. Toronto trying to tie it up as Nylander coming close. And that one's going to come out and back down the ice. Michael Carcone for Utah got the goal. 1 minute left to go here on the power play. On the move, Cowan going to come through. Bringing this one up, putting it across. Nyes driving. Nyes going to play this out. Shot right on by Cowan and a great save. Very, very good save. Very good save. Easton Cowan with a great opportunity. This coming around, driving it through. Cowan trying to get over there. He cannot. Back out is Nyes. Nyes has it poked away from him. McCabe shoveling this one down, putting it back up. Caitlin, let's not ask everybody if they're on Discord and have Discord handles. And we don't encourage people to just give out Discord handles to strangers. So keep your information private. Caitlin, we'd love for you to be here, but just please don't ask everybody for their Discord handles. This coming around. Here comes Cowan. Cowan on the move. He's going to hit that red line, passes it over. Toronto going to dump it in. Power play expires. Again, not able to get anything done. A couple of shots, but cannot beat the Utah netminder. This coming back around. Look out. Benoit opens the bomb doors, goes for a hit, and Utah jumps out of the way. And we got some more pushing and shoving as McBain comes over trying to get at Simon Benoit. Benoit was going to throw a huge hit, and the Utah player just steps out of the way, and he gets tripped up on the foot of Benoit, and Utah is going to come away with the power play. I don't think they should have. I mean, he went for a hit, he jumped out of the way, and he fell. This shouldn't be a penalty at all. Looked like it was clean. Looks like it was clean. But a big hit, and the physicality is picking up big time, which is awesome. Stressful, Norman. Stressful indeed. When I was in someone's Discord, yeah, it's okay. It's okay to go on somebody's Discord. Like, for example, we have a Discord server, and if we drop our Discord server link, you know, you are welcome to join it. But we highly discourage anybody from giving out their information just randomly in an online chat. So you got to know who you're talking to. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the person who's asking for it. We just don't know who they are. So if you want to join our Discord, you are absolutely more than welcome to join our Discord. You just have to make sure that you pay attention to who you are talking to and who you are getting involved with. So there's a link for our Discord if you'd like to come on over. It's free. Come on in, say hello, hang out, and talk some sports with us. It's all about having a good time. Oh boy. All right. Time to get things rolling. Leafs need to step up. We need to see some pressure. We need to see some pressure for sure. And the Leafs got it. The Leafs have it. But again, a tough game last night. So they're coming down a little bit from that high, and they'll step it up later in this game. So Benoit does go to the box for tripping, and I don't like this call. He goes to throw a big hit, and as he goes to the boards, his leg is out, and as the Utah player, Liam O'Brien, tries to jump out of the way of the hit, he trips over Benoit's foot and goes down. So this, to me, is not a tripping penalty. But hey, referee sees it one way, they give it a call. And Mochi, no, Onyx, I have not. So Utah on the power play. Here we go. They're 1 for the 13 in their last 6 games. Utah keeping this one in, comes right in front, side of the net, playing it to the slot. Toronto intercepts, and they're going to play this one all the way down. There you go, Joshua. And you can follow us on X. Just search Samwelb12. We're over on X as well. Back down over the line. There's a little bit of a hit. Schmaltz continues through into the high slot with a shot. That one sails high and over the net. And it's going to go at a play. Might have dinged the crossbar. Might have gotten a piece of that crossbar. Thank you, Josty, hitting that follow. We appreciate it. Welcome in. So yeah, I think I did catch the crossbar and go up and at a play. Love the trade talk. Trade talk is so much fun. Yeah, Rick, right? It gets crazy out there. Here's a blast, and that one is going to be stopped. Toronto going to clear. Toronto weather today, actually, Eric, wasn't too bad. It was a little mild. We got a little bit of rain here in the evening time, which was nice because about 8 o'clock, I took the old kind of steel garden shovel and was scraping all the ice off. The ice was just loose enough that I could break it up and scrape it off the driveway. So got to work out. But yeah, weather a little bit mild here today. It's going to get colder over the next couple of days, but the life of being in Toronto. Maple Leafs since December 8th have been on fire. The Maple Leafs have been incredible. Their power play, their penalty kill, everything they've been doing have been spectacular since middle of December. Where has this team been all season? Hey there, Blended. What's going on, Antonio? How's it going? Good evening. Off the draw, Leafs going to bring it around behind their own net. A long clear out. comes all the way down. 44 seconds to go on the Utah power play. 3:10 to go here in period number 1. Utah with a 1-0 lead. The Mammoth going to break into the Leafs zone again, putting it around behind the net. Krause doing a nice job. This coming back over to McBain. Every time I hear McBain, I think of the Simpsons character. Here they come again in front of the net. Backdoor pass. Hildeby intercepts. He grabbed it, and the puck ends up in the net. The referee right away says no. He waves it off. Utah says it's a goal. Referee waves it off. We'll have to see exactly what happened here. +10 in Kelowna. Beautiful sunset. Oh, nice, Chris. Nice. So how did this end up going in? A little back pass. The goaltender had it. Trying to see. Oh, Hildeby went to cover it. Instead of covering it, he knocks it out, and the Utah player was able to tap it in, but the whistle had went. So the Utah coach shaking his head, does not like that call. No challenge, and this is going to move on. Andre Torgany, the coach for Utah. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. Maple Leafs going to work it up. Matthews going to bring this one in. Stops, turns, passes it over to Nyes. That goes between his legs. McCabe has the puck. He's going to bring it out. 5 seconds still to go on the power play. That's why McCabe backed it up. Matthews hangs on to it. Now he drops it from McCabe. Power play is over. Pass from Matthews is tipped away. And the Mammoth again going to dump it right back into the Maple Leaf zone. Utah get in there first, put it around. It's picked up by Toronto, and Matthews sending this one all the way down the ice. He's going to go change. Tavares coming in here on the forecheck. And a long pass. I don't know who that was to. Comes down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call with 2:05 to go. Simon Benoit touches up, and the puck coming down to the Utah end of the ice. Hey, would like to sleep? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Brandon, what's going on? Welcome in. Aiden, how's it going? Mammoth. Mammoth, they're going all right. Mammoth look great. They look real solid right now, which worries me. It certainly does worry me. So Tavares in a take the draw. Nylander giving him some pointers where this puck should go. I think Tavares knows what he's doing. He's going to win it to Nylander. Back to Ekman Larsson. Ekman Larsson going to play this one up. Michelli sending it down into the corner. Willie trying to fight over to get there. He cannot. Leafs hold this in. Michelli battling along the boards. Nylander comes away, tries to feed it to Tavares. Quick stick blocks that one away. Ekman Larsson can't put it in deep as Stenlund was able to get this one out. Loose puck sitting on the red line. Tavares passes to Willie, but that's way out of his reach. Utah going to back it up, try to bring this across. Riley sending it over to Carlo. Carlo, who's played much better since his return. Krause in there tying it up, and Carlo going to send it over to Riley. Riley just flipping this one out of the zone. Tavares is racing down, but that's going to be an icing call. 1:19 to go here in the first period. Shots are 11-6, and it's been a very sloppy first period of play. Very sloppy. Well, coming up tomorrow, we're going to get a night off. Tomorrow, we're going to take a little bit of a break. But Thursday, it's a bit of an earlier start, 9:30, as the Maple Leafs visit Las Vegas. Austin Matthews going to be taking on Mitchell Marner. Excited for that one. Hey, people first, how's it going? Thank you so much, Eric. 6 shots, that's it. You can almost count it on one hand. This around, Utah. Going to carry it up.
Last minute of play in this period.
Matthews able to knock it down, bringing it right back around. Kelly, what's up? Oh, it's my pleasure. Welcome in. Benoit going to put this one back across. 45 seconds to go. Benny going to carry this one up, hits the red line, flips this down into the corner. McMahon going in here after it. Matthews there as well, trying to dig it out. Matthews has it in his feet. 34 seconds to go. Comes to Domi. Domi, backhand pass across, shooting. And that's going to go up, stays in play. Domi keeping this one in. And finally, Utah getting it out, 22.2 to go. Bobby McMahon forgot the puck, went for the hit. And they're going to slow this one down. Utah hanging on to it. 10 seconds left to go. This period going to come to an end. Hope Ruby told the players, if you don't win tonight, we're not flying to Vegas until Thursday morning. That's funny. That's right. Let them spend the night, spend the day in Utah, not in Vegas. And the buzzer's going to go. The first period comes to an end. Utah with that 1-0 lead as we move to the first intermission. Wow, big play, big game by Utah. I got to tell you, I think I'd like to see the offensive zone numbers. We'll have to wait and see when they put it on the board at the end of the intermission. Utah played the majority of this game in the Leaf zone. They really did. Utah, they have the hops today. 12 shots for the Mammoth, only 6 for the Maple Leafs. Utah winning in the face-off circle as well, only by 1. They've won 10 of 19. Toronto has won 9 of 19. That's an area where Toronto, they will improve. We know that. Both teams go 0 for 2 on the power play, although it's hard to call them both power plays because Toronto had 40 seconds on one, and same Utah had a short one as well before they took a penalty. Each team with 8 hits. Toronto with 10 block shots, 5 for Utah. 3 giveaways for Toronto and 5 for Utah, and that's good. 3 giveaways, we'll take that. That's a great number for the Maple Leafs in the first period. 10 block shots is really good as well. That's something I love to see. Hey there, Felix, what's going on? Toronto does a really good job in their own zone, kind of coming down and blocking shots. And, you know, game in and game out, they are always the team with a higher level of block shots, which is good. You know, that shows a great effort that they're putting forward. And I love it. All right, Jeff. Good night. Take care. See you on Thursday. We know it's a late one, so we appreciate everyone on the East Coast sticking around with us. 10:48 Eastern time here. All right, let's go around the scoreboard. You've seen it kind of scrolling around all night long, but let's just run through it here quickly. The Predators, wow, they beat the Oilers in overtime. Shame on me for putting the Oilers in my my fantasy hockey pool, which, by the way, let's pull this one up here real quick. If you enjoy fantasy hockey, there's an app. It's free to play. It's called NHL Fantasy Stars. I, by no means, are partnering or affiliated or have anything to do with it. I just love this app so much. I know Onyx plays it as well. It's called NHL Fantasy Stars. If you want to download it and play along with us, what you do is you get every day a pack of hockey cards. You open it, you get a player, you put your player in, and it kind of looks like this. You set your lineup, and you put in, and how your players perform, you get points. So it's a pretty fun game. And if I can remember how to do this, because every time I do it, I forget how to do it. I'll give you my number. You can add me as a friend, and we can kind of check our scores against each other, but then we each get some bonus coins, and I don't remember where, for the life of me, it is. Let me see if I can find this here real quick. I think it's under Global Leaders, Friends, Add Friends. There you go. So if you want to join, you can simply add FL 4849. That is my code. If you put in that code, you will get bonus points. I will get bonus points. You get 100 coins. Refer a friend, and then search me, Samwelb12, and we can see how we're doing. Onyx, you're having a good week so far. Need some more points tonight, but you're improving and getting along. It's a fun app. I love this stuff. All right, let me get back into the out of town. I digress. Cool game, but got 4 binders full of hockey card. Oh, wow, Josh. Yeah, it's not real hockey cards. It's just virtual, and it is so much fun. Felix, thank you for the rose. Lots of roses. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. This is the first time I had to ask you, Mammoth logo, good or not? I like it. I like the Mammoth logo a lot, actually. It's pretty cool. Leafs got to be better next period. Derek, they do. They'll step it up. I believe. All right. So the Oilers losing to the Predators 4-3. Yikes. The Blues wiping the Hurricanes 3-0. Surprise there. After talking all good things about the Red Wings, they go and lose 3-0 to the pesky Boston Bruins. Pavel Zacha, Fraser Minten, and Mark Kostelic, the goal scorers. Man, Fraser Minten has 11 goals. Why couldn't we keep him? It's too bad. Very unfortunate. The Lightning, in a shootout, they beat the Penguins 2-1. The Capitals beat the Canadiens in overtime 3-2, and Ottawa beating the Canucks 2-1. And last but not least, the Blue Jackets 5-3 over the Calgary Flames. And a lot of these games do have some implications to the standings. So what happens now? With that done, Boston leapfrogs Toronto to take that top wildcard spot. Toronto sits in the second wildcard spot, and Buffalo is bumped out. So that's why points tonight for Toronto would be super important. Washington, with their win, they move into third in the Metropolitan, and they actually bump Philadelphia out of that last spot, and Philly is now knocked down. So Toronto has a long way to catch Montreal. Montreal sitting at 59 points, Toronto at 53. So Toronto's going to have to start winning some games, but Tampa Bay, they've been unbelievable. Detroit has been unbelievable. Montreal, unbelievable. These guys are just winning and winning and winning. They're starting to run away. But Boston and Toronto, they've been winning a bunch of games as well, and they're going to have to keep it up to get right back in here. Hey, Road Warrior, how's it going? Because the Leafs made a win now trade instead of saying, now we have good players in the development pipeline. They got to do something. Defense is where they need to improve on for sure. What is the second favorite team in the NHL? For me, Aiden, it's the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers are my second favorite team, just because I do spend a lot of time down there. So they've kind of become my home away from home. But Upstate Sam, let's see here. Hey, Stefan, what's going on? Welcome in, everybody. Again, thanks for hanging out with us. The standing's going to continue to get interesting as we go. The West, it's not as exciting. Colorado was just running away with it, 74 points. Dallas at 63, Minnesota at 61. Over in the Pacific, Vegas and Edmonton with 54 points each. Seattle in there with 50 points. The wild card, though, does get a little close. Another logjam. Sharks in LA in there, 49 points for San Jose, 48 for the Kings. But then there's both Utah and now Nashville with their win at 48 points as well, all tied with the LA Kings. Anaheim, Chicago just behind them at 45. So it's going to get real interesting here between Nashville, Utah, LA, and San Jose. And kind of between all of us, I hope San Jose and Utah make it into the playoffs. Along with Seattle, it would be good to see some new teams in there. Vancouver, Winnipeg, and Calgary, man, they're dreadful. I don't think they have a prayer to get back in the playoff hunt. But hey, anything can happen. I've been collecting since 4 years. Same with older brother, kind of loud childhood. Remember my older brother passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Josh. So sorry to hear that. Five bidders. What are we auctioning off here? What are we bidding on? But four bidders. I gotcha. I'm a big hockey card guy. I love my hockey cards. I got a pre-order shoot. I think they expired out of my cart. Season 2, my goodness. Upper Deck Series 2 comes out middle of March. That is going to have the Easton Cowan Young Guns rookie card. That's going to be mid-March. Easton Cowan going to be in there. So I am very, very much looking forward to that. And hopefully we'll be able to pick it up. Schaefer is also going to be on that one. Hey, Edward, back again after an exciting game last night. Oh, it was so good last night, Edward. I had a tough time falling asleep. I'm not going to lie. I went up, I hopped into bed, and I was just thinking about how good, how exciting that game was. Man, and I know Colorado plays like that every night. If Toronto played like that every night, holy smokes, this city would be jumping. But you know what's funny? If we kind of take a step back, if we rewind about a month or so ago, we were in the middle of that big losing streak. And if you went on social media, every big creator who used to be affiliated with networks, every big creator with podcasts and whatever was talking smack about Toronto. Everybody was burying them. They're going to finish last. They're a terrible team. They're never going to make the playoffs. And there's only a handful of people, and I don't want to say I was the only one. I know there's one or two others that was saying, nope, Toronto was going to be there. I said I still thought, and I almost guaranteed that they were going to make the playoffs. They were going to be in there. I did waver for a little bit. There was a moment in time where my frustrations were boiling over, and I was ready to say, forget it. But we hung in there. They turned it around, and look at them now. All of the haters, all of the naysayers have now stopped and like, look at this team. They're unbelievable. They're in a playoff spot. They're the greatest. They're this and that. They've come together. It is so frustrating as a Toronto fan. What's up, Rob? You're very welcome. It's so frustrating as a Toronto fan to have people with an audience jump so quickly and turn on this team. If you're a fan, you stick with them through the good times and the bad times. You can get frustrated. You can call out players. You can argue. You can get mad. But some of the things I was reading was so bad. All right, so I downloaded NHL Fantasy. You got Morgan Riley. Oh, Chris, there you go. Chris, did you use my did I put it in this chat? I don't know if I put it in this chat. Let me find that number. You can add me, Samwelb12, and it's always fun to play along. I asked if you were that positive. You should do a quiz in the intermission. Yeah, Rick, we did a few, and you know what? I'll be honest. What I wanted to try and do is do a live quiz. I wanted to be able to do one where we could bring it in the chat and everybody could actually answer. And the technology that I thought I would be able to use, you could use, but it was only like a handful of people. You couldn't get a lot of people to enter it, which was unfortunate. Leafs fans are the quickest to hop on and off the bandwagon. That's for sure, Onyx. That is for sure. All right, let's see if we can find. Let's see here real quickly. You think I would do this in advance, but we'll look it up here on the fly. And I'm going to go way down the list because we don't want to pick one. And we also want to find one that's still a little bit more realistic. What is this? Let's see. We got some good oh no, that's not what we want. Let's see if we can find some good questions here, because it'll be a lot of fun. It always is. Okay. Entry-level questions. We're going to do this. Entry-level questions. It's going to go from easy to hard, easy to complicated. So I will read the question and I will read out the 4 answers, and you just put in the letter that corresponds, A, B, C, or D. So we're going to start really easy. Really, really easy. This is a practice question because this is too easy. Where was Matt Sundin born? A, Finland, B, Sweden, C, Canada, D, Estonia. So again, where was Matt Sundin born? A, Finland, B, Sweden, C, Canada, D, Estonia. My diehard Leaf fan, and never turn my back on your favorite team. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. B, B, B. B, 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 B. There it is, all B's. That's right. There you go. Right, Sweden. And so that's how it's going to go. That's how it's going to go. I'm going to read the question. I'm going to read the answers. And you're going to do just like that. You're going to drop them in. I failed the practice question. That's funny. All right, here it is. Real quick. Eat Jupiter. Yeah. Here is the real first question now. This one is for all the pride. Other than Austin Matthews, who, and don't just start putting random names in, wait for the letters. Other than Austin Matthews, who was Toronto's only first overall NHL draft pick? A, Wendell Clark, draft pick. A, Wendell Clark, B, Lanny McDonald, C, Gary Nyland, or D, Russ Courtnall. Let's see, people first. How's it going? We're going to wait for some of these to come in. All right. And A would be the correct answer. Wendell Clark was Toronto's only other first overall NHL draft pick. And Wendell Clark, my goodness, he was ridiculous, right? Wendell Clark was such a phenomenal hockey player. Good guess on Lanny McDonald, but it is Clark. Wendell Clark is the pick. And Wendell Clark, man, such great memories of Wendell Clark growing up. It was pretty much awesome. No sound for you. You guys have no sound. Uh-oh. Why do you have no sound? I have sound. Does everybody have no sound? Stream froze on me and Sam read those guesses. Weird. If it's freezing or you're having no sound issues, hit that refresh. Hit the refresh button. Hit the refresh. Clark was a D-man and became a power forward, which is so wild. Hit that. Whoops, I can't spell. That refresh. It will fix the issues. So yeah, YouTube is rolling out some new features yet again. So they could just be rolling something out. So if you do get no sound or a buffer or something, just hit the refresh and it will fix it for you. But I'm glad most of you do have sound. Bob, welcome in. All right, let's go on. How much time do we got left? Where's the clock? Oh, we don't have much time left. We will save the other questions for next period, but here's a gimme. Here's a gimme, and I'm not even going to read the names. You guys have to put the names in for this one, or the one name, because this name, we've talked about this before. This name is everywhere. There's a Maple Leaf player who owns a record for most points in a single game with 10. Enter the player's name who holds that record. Maple Leaf player owns a record for most points in a single game with 10. This is a gimme, and it's a good way to end the intermission. Nelly, you're correct. Troy, you are correct. Road Warrior, correct. Daryl Sittler, a record that, I'll be honest with you, I don't think that record is ever going to be broken. I don't even think anybody's come close. Aki Berg. Onyx, he's your favorite. I'm going to get you an Aki Berg jersey. Daryl Sittler, such a nice guy, such an amazing talent, a record I really, truly don't think will ever be broken. Daryl Sittler, just that good. And if somebody ever does break that record, especially in the game today, that would be something incredible. I hadn't put it in the chat, but dang, surprised myself guessing correctly. There you go. BNZ, how's it going? Welcome in. Let's go, Utah. Utah getting set to bring it back up. And we got Michelli is actually, before the game, he was saying hello to some of the coaching staff from Utah, and he was wearing a back brace. So interesting to see a little behind the scenes there. Michelli with a back brace on. Hopefully he is okay. All right. Let's go. Second period coming right up. I'm going to the Canucks Leafs game on the 31st. Dan, nice. That's going to be a good one. Here we go. Second period about to kick off. Utah with a 1-0 lead. Let's play some hockey. Good job on the trivia, everybody. More to come. Hey, Mark, what's up? How do you feel about Matthew? Matthews has been on fire. Here's a long shot from the point. That goes wide. Quick drink. Cheers, everybody. The answer was Daryl Sittler. That's right. This is going to be played back around the corner. Toronto trying to get up quickly on Utah here. And Utah sending it all the way down. Ian Cole grabbing his face. He got hit hard there. He wanted a penalty. He's giving it to the referee big time. This all the way down. Favorite player is Matt Sundin. Time you found a mini stick. No, a mini jersey. That's awesome. Yeah, Sundin was great. This coming back, Toronto. Going to move it over to Morgan Riley. Riley up the middle to Domi. Domi putting this one across. Into the zone is Bobby Mack. Getting some help here by Domi. They have it in the corner. It's in their feet. Digging at it, trying to pull this one away. Domi with a nice little cross check there for Nick Schmaltz. trying to pull this one out. Matthews doing a good job holding it in his feet. Toronto keeping it in. Domi behind the net, picking it up out in front for Matthews. He was all tied up. Couldn't pull the trigger. He steals it. A nice little stick lift, putting it in front for Domi, and he can't pull the trigger. Leafs getting it real close in the slot, but they couldn't get the shots off. Back around. Benoit in the corner. He takes a big hit and sends it all the way down the ice. Nylander couldn't get it. Utah going to turn very quickly, bringing it back up the middle. Over across for Carcone, who has the lone goal in today's matchup. And Nylander to Tavares, breakaway! What did he do? Huh? John Tavares, a clear-cut breakaway. And I mean, he was so far away from center ice. From center ice, wide open. He goes in and he went to Deke, and was it a double tap? No, he shoots it right into the glove. Right into the glove of the netminder. My goodness. Elliot, how's it going? The Leafs certainly could do it. They got to step up. They haven't had a lot of great scoring chances. Utah's been all over them. They have a hard time dealing with the speed. We saw yesterday against the Avalanche, speed was a little bit of a difficult thing for Toronto to manage, and today for sure Utah all over them. Another shot right off the draw, and Valkema going to hang on to that one. So I think the Leafs certainly can pull it out, but they got to take advantage of their chances. This one, Tavares tried to shoot it to the top corner, but he puts it right into the glove of the netminder. It actually looked, the way he shot it, it looked like he shot it and double tapped it. It was just a very weird play, but he shot it right into the glove. At the pub, they show the Oilers game and American basketball teams, but not the Leafs game until I mentioned it wasn't on, and also the Oilers game on a tiny screen. They had NBA on the big screen. Of course, Jonathan, of course. Jonathan, you should tell them just to put me on. Here's a shot. Not like anybody would hear what I'm saying in the pub. Jersey with a long shot. That one goes wide. Utah picking it up. Shot right on. And again, he'll be making two quick saves. Coming over to Michelli. Michelli going to feed it to Nylander. Willie in slow motion going to send this down back for Michelli. In the corner, but Schmidt is going to get there first. Nate Schmidt coming over. Schmidt, of course, from Vegas Golden Knights. I liked him playing there. He's been doing a good job here. Good pickup for Utah. Easton Cowan going to see some ice time the start of this period. He's going to carry it up. Over to Ekman Larson, back across, long pass up to Cowan, bursting in. He's got a lane, toe drag, and a shot right into the chest. 85 miles an hour. Leafs are getting some shots now. Why, Wavelog, how's it going? They can beat Colorado, but Utah is different. They are different. Utah's playing a really solid game right now. Also, advertise Leaf game nights, discounts on beer. Advertise Leaf game nights, but they don't put the Leafs on TV. It's so funny. Rockin' Roof, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome to the show. Welcome in, everybody, as you are coming in. Make sure you hit that like button for us, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe as well, because it's free. Hey, Harvey, what's up? Welcome in. Here's a long shot by Ekman Larson. That one gets blocked. It's going to back all the way up. Aviva, welcome in. Steve, that's right. Sittler was the one. Nice, putting it over to McCabe, dropping it back for Cowan. Cowan spinning away from a hit, passes it into the middle. Nyes bobbled it, cutting through. Nyes continues, drops it back. Ekman Larson with a shot, rebound. They're digging at it. Puck stays out of the net. Over in the corner is Tanev. Brandon Tanev. He's going to cycle it around behind. Good pressure here by Toronto. They just cannot beat the goaltender. Finally, Utah going to send this one all the way down the ice. Benoit's here. He's going to set it up. Move it forward over the line. Lawton drops it to Lorentz, gets it in deep. Again, Utah just working it around. They're going to move this one out. Hayden up the boards, and this comes all the way down. And that's going to be an icing call. So face-off coming up back in the Utah zone. Good hustle, good hustle. Good work. Scott Lawton, boy, he's been great. He's fourth in the NHL this season in faceoffs. 61.5%. Scott Lawton has been very good in the faceoff circle. In fact, the Leafs often use him to come in, take the faceoff, and then go and change. This is going to be sent up and down the ice again after the Leafs lose a draw. Utah continuing to win some faceoffs. Leafs got to get a little more improved there. In the neutral zone, Utah backing it all the way up. Now they're going to move this one up ice. Breaking into the zone, Krause. He's working here with Peterka. This coming back around. Utah, side of the net, going to come around behind. Bob, thank you so much for lighting the lamp and hitting that subscribe button for us. Carlo going to get it to Domi, who chips this one out and down the ice. Utah has to back up again. Krause going to play it all the way back. Schmidt going to start it up. Here comes Utah. Pass again. Misses everybody. That should be icing. And it is another face-off coming up down the ice. Yeah, a little bit more jump here in the second period. Just about 5 minutes gone. More jump. They got a couple of shots. So good hustle. Some good work. And that's what we certainly like to see. They got a hustle. And again, the energy, they're going to keep that energy high. They need to keep that energy high. Wow, so they just said Leafs got in about 2:30 in the morning. Michelli going to pick this one up, coming across to Nylander. He bobbles it. 2:30 in the morning. Yikes. Ekman Larson, he plays this one across. In fairness, I went to bed about 1:15, 1:30, and I was up about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so I'm sure they got to sleep in a little bit later. But yikes, it's always tough to get in at 2:30 and you got to get to your hotel and settle in. I'm assuming they did not have a morning skate when they get in that early, but hey, you never know. Daryl Sittler scored 10 goals against the Bruins February 7th of 76. It's the 50th anniversary of it. That is so cool. Bob, thank you so much. Watch regularly. 97 from 67 wonder years, then just got too frustrated. I hear you, Bob, and thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that. There were some tough years in there for sure. Back to the line. Here's a shot right on, and Hildeby going to see that and hang on to it. The 80s were very interesting for Leaf fans. We had a little bit of hope, a little bit of success in the early 90s as Toronto had that run, which was so exciting, that Nick Borshevsky overtime goal against Detroit. Oh, I still have memories of that. And then it's been tough again. Utah going to work it around in their own zone. 14 and a half minutes to go. Utah with speed, busting in, sharp angle shot. Hits the crossbar. No, Utah puts their arms up. They say they scored. Referee is now pointing in. They say it's a goal. So 2-0. Gauthier going to get this one? I thought it hit the crossbar. The referee was confused on the initial call, and all Utah started celebrating. This one coming in, it's a sharp angle shot. Yep, this is a good goal. It did not hit the crossbar. It went in, hits the mesh at the top of the net, and came right out super fast. Oh, it hits the back of the net. That back barring came out. So this is definitely a goal. What a shot by Dylan Guenther. Wow. Dang, and I have him in my NHL fantasy, and I didn't put him in because I thought Leafs were going to really go all over them. He picks up his 22nd from McBain and Cole. So Utah takes a 2-0 lead here. What a shot that was, and they're coming for more. This one is going to be up and at a play. Guenther, what a cannon. Coming in, Stetcher had the angle, played perfectly. He takes the shot from one step in from the hash marks, far side of the circle, and it's just up and under the bar. Dylan Guenther leads Mammoth now, 22 goals. He's got 5 game-winning goals. On the go with CeeLo. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. No, Evander Kane. We knew Evander Kane. That was a risky signing, and he just has not been well at all. This is going to be dumped down behind the net. Hildeby going to play it. Nobody's skating for him right now. The Leafs' legs have just stopped working on them. Here they come again. Tip just wide. It's Nick DeSimon coming very close as he picks up a shift here. Hanging in on the line. Good play by Nick Schmaltz, putting it around. Matthews going to pick it up. Skating a circle around the referee, using him as some shielding. putting it up to Domi. Domi, cross ice, breaking into the zone. Here's a long shot. That's going to be steered aside as Ekman Larson steps in and went at 92.8 miles an hour, and that is deflected at a play. They're going to commercial break, 2-0, 13:34 to go. Felix Potvin was amazing in the 90s. He was so good. Rock, welcome in, by the way. I was a big fan of Felix Potvin. He was phenomenal. He was so good. So good. Hope this isn't the Leafs losing 4 straight. Oh, Colin, I don't think it will. I don't think they will. But they'll come back. A lot of hockey still to go here tonight. Game is a throwaway. Thursday is showtime. Thursday's got to be showtime. CeeLo, we've been up and down. We actually crossed it back at the end of baseball. Hey, Royal, the end of baseball, we were way up, but of course we had a little bit of an issue with everything rolling off and off and off and off and off. And so we've been up and down, back and forth almost daily over that marker. So that's why it really helps if everybody hits that subscribe button to move even higher and higher up, because every day we'll lose, a few folks rolling off. So we want to get there so we don't keep falling underneath. Yes, you had Gunther in your Timmy pick. Nice, Kelly. Good pickup. Good pickup. I appreciate that, CeeLo. It's nice to be in the positives. We'll say blame CeeLo. There you go, Onyx. Love it. Hashtag blame CeeLo. The button Sam's cool guy, and he acknowledges the chat. Kelly, thank you so much. Listen, we're just a community channel here to have a lot of fun, talk hockey, and enjoy it together. We appreciate all the support. It's not pay to play here. We do appreciate the super chats and the PayPals and all that stuff, but it certainly is not pay to play. We will talk to you whether you donate or not. It's Dylan Gunther. My goodness, this guy is just ridiculous. What a young talent. Most game-winning goals since 24-25. And this was just a ridiculous shot. And he does this time and time again. Yes, we will be doing the Bills-Broncos game for sure. I'm just waiting to see the time. Last I checked, it was still TBD. So yes, right now it is on the schedule for Saturday, Bills-Broncos. Riley overskates the puck. He gets caught again. Shocker. Utah bringing this one up. Passing. Carlo goes down. Takes out Riley, and they score again as the Maple Leafs defense acting like a bunch of circus clowns. Morgan Riley gets caught. He's trying to get up. Carlo gets tripped up, crashes into Morgan Riley. The Utah have the highway alone to themselves as they go straight to the net. And guess who? Looks like it's Dylan Gunther again with his second of the game. Oh my goodness, the Maple Leafs defense. Calamity of errors. Morgan Riley and Brendan Carlo both on their butts. Can the Leafs come back? They certainly can come back, but now it is going to be tough. 3-0, 3 goals, 18 shots. Another game where 44 is caught at a position multiple times. Oh my goodness. And Steven Lorentz just took the puck to the head. He's okay. He's staying in here. He's still going. He comes around, throws a hit. Utah coming again. Benoit takes his man down. Toronto trying to put it around the boards. Lawton was waiting for it. Can't get it. Utah D to D, stepping right in, walking right up. Another shot. This one goes wide. Holy smokes. Forget about pulling the goaltender. We might need to pull some defense. Wow. Nah, Hildeby's not the problem tonight. I mean, that's a tough save to make, but the Carlo and Riley, 2 goals for sure. Riley, yikes. For 12:36, I would sit Riley down. I would not put him back on the ice. But I'm not the coach. Utah bring this one around. Keller with it, little backhand across. Walking in, McCabe stepping up on his man, trying to get her going. Hey, Gabe, what's going on? What, Gabe? We don't want to hate you. Welcome in, Gabe. Hope all is going well. Keller still bringing this one up. Takes a slash, looks at the referee. Lawton stick is tied up, being held by Schmaltz. Referee letting it all go right now. Referee says, hey, I got a dinner date. I just want to get going. Leafs going to chip this one all the way down the ice. They're going to go change it up. Wonder why Tree Living want the other lefty to help the blue line. Blue line needs a lot of help right now. A lot of help. This coming around down in the corner. Need to get it to OT. We got to pick up a point. We do need points. Wah is going to pass it across, and it's going to be deflected up into the crowd. Why it says that, but it's Endgame. Oh, Endgame. Gotcha. Yeah, Endgame. They changed, so they're not going by name anymore. They're going by handle. So if you haven't changed your handle, it would have assigned one automatically. So you can go in and update your handle there. Hey, Suzanne, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the Maple Leaf Defensive Circus here tonight. Cowan line getting back on here. They're going to win it over to Ekman Larson, putting it over to McCabe. He's going to lift this one up into the corner. Here to pick it up. Cowan, he can't get it. And Utah again with speed, going to bust out of the zone. One-on-one. Ekman Larson watching. Tanev coming in on him. And Ekman Larson going to defend him very well. Utah still coming, though, working the puck. Another shot deflected into the glove of Hildeby, and he's going to hang on to it. Do you think they'll score 2 in the second, 1 in the third, or opposite? So I think it's the opposite. I think you'll hopefully see 1 goal here in the second, and then they'll tie it up in the third period. Toronto can come back. They do play very well in the third period. Yarncroke is bad luck. Oh, poor Yarncroke. Wayne, how's it going? Get rid of Sit Riley. Yeah, Riley is the problem. We've all been talking about it for a long time. I don't know why they don't do anything about it. I know he has a no move clause, which is part of the problem. We need Robertson. Poor Nicky. I hope he's okay. I hope he's all right. Here's Matthews trying to juke in. He can't. Got to back it up. Giving it over to Carlo. Carlo working it up, tipping it in. I just hope now Morgan Riley doesn't overplay trying to get a goal himself for some redemption. This coming back. Carlo picking it up. And Carlo and Stetcher are on here together, and they're going to hold it up. So I wonder, is Morgan Riley actually sitting, or are we just caught in the middle of a line change here? Is Carlo and Stetcher getting some playing time together? It is tough. So that the Leafs possibly looking to add 2 defensemen. Yeah, I agree, and they need to, right? Don't forget, I think Tanev is done for the season. I think Tanev is out for the season, and that is a huge loss. Right, and he's not an easy one to replace. So you now have to find your big, tough, shot-blocking defenseman, and you need another defenseman to step in. Leafs, a lot of injuries on the D-line that they're trying to sort through. Trying to pick this one up. Michelli getting it to Nylander. Willie looking to return the favor, but Michelli gets caught up by a couple Utah players. Cycling it around, it goes all the way around. Tavares couldn't hang on to that one. And Utah playing it up, hits Nylander, and going to hop at a play. At least one before the third. Wave, I know, we need it. We need it. We need to get this one. 3-0 Utah right now, jumping out in front. Leaf fans always want to blame one individual player for a team failure. So BNZ, right now, and it's not necessarily just Morgan Riley, the Leafs defense as a whole have been bad. And it's not necessarily blaming one individual player, because listen, the offense isn't scoring. They only have 12 shots. There's lots to go around. But Morgan Riley has been dreadful tonight and single-handedly been on the ice for a couple big blunders. Here they come again. Is Toronto going to put this one just wide? He is only a -1, though, today. And, of course, he had that play yesterday where he took a bad penalty and Colorado scored. Utah going to go to the box. So Toronto going to go to the power play. Let's see if they can turn it up now. Power play goal here would be huge to start turning everything around. It was Marner's fault. Now he's gone. So it's Riley. If they move him, who's next? So you'll never catch me saying it was Marner's fault. I never, ever blamed Mitch Marner. Yes, he had some bad games. Mitch Marner was a 100-point guy. It wasn't Marner's fault. It's always been a defensive side fault. Defense has not been good on this team for years. And that's why you saw some new bodies coming in on the defensive side, or at least why they traded to try and improve on the defensive side. Nylander coming in, dropping it for Riley, coming down low to Matthews. He gets stopped, picked up, back over to Riley. Riley across, Nylander putting in the corner to Matthews. Matthews back up top to Riley. Riley carrying it over, giving it to Matthews. Matthews looking over to Tavares, back to Riley. Riley had to go back and get that one. Tavares almost dropped it out of the zone. Back to Michelli, up to Riley, to Matthews. Still no shots. Matthews looking, throws it towards the net, and that's going to be grabbed and held in front. So it took about 49 seconds for the Leafs to get a first shot. You never hear anything about Leaf fans admit that the team isn't cutting it. The team as a unit isn't cutting it. So we talk about that all the time. That's exactly what we've been talking about for the last month until they picked it up. I would love to see them pick up Ferrero, but the question is at what cost? Exactly, Suzanne, exactly. If Riley scores, it's karma. Riley throwing it towards the net. That's going to be gloved down, and the goaltender is going to clear this one all the way down. I know, Patrick, I know. Tavares missed his breakaway. That was tough. I don't know what he was thinking. He just shot that right into the net. This one comes across. And it very rarely is it a goaltender's fault. I know a goaltender is the easy one to blame. And yes, sometimes they can let in some softies. But 5 other guys have to make mistakes before it gets to the goaltender. Maybe not all 5, but most of them. This is going to be dumped out. Leafs almost knocked it down in the middle. Ekman Larson with it. Ekman Larson going to play this one across Toronto. Easton Cowan's pass. Krause breaks that one up. So 8.5 minutes to go. 10 seconds left on the power play. Leafs have nothing going. That's right. Exactly, Road Warrior. Price will be high for him. So I can't imagine they would move him and retain salary unless they got something crazy. Here's a 2-on-1 for Utah. Coming up. Toronto going down to block it. Utah trying to shovel across. Nice play by Stetcher with 8 minutes remaining in the second, and the puck is going to go up and out of play. Kevin Weeks, the Sharks asking second plus or second forward. Interesting. They're going to go to commercial break. It's interesting, unless San Jose really kind of falls out of the standing, because Ferrero is a key contributor. And the Sharks in the wild card right now, and if they're going to go on a playoff hunt, I know that they believe he's not going to re-sign. But it just sounds so weird why they would want to trade somebody like him at this point when they're in playoff contention. That just doesn't make sense. So he has $3.2 million. San Jose's entire defensive core, except for the rookie Sam Dickinson, are all free agents. They have 2 restricted free agents. Everybody else is unrestricted, except for Dmitry Orlov. So San Jose is going to have most likely a complete new defensive lineup. And when I look at the Sharks kind of defensive end, Ferrero, he's 27. But they have Dmitry Orlov, who's 34. They have John Klingberg, who's atrocious. He's 33. They have Nick Leddy at 34, who they picked up off of waivers. They have Timothy Lindgren, who is 26, and we know he's meh. They have Vinny Desharnais, who's a big guy at 29. But Mario Ferrero is probably San Jose's best defenseman right now. He's an assistant captain, and he's 27. He's right in his prime. So I really, in the middle of a playoff hunt, I have a hard time believing San Jose is actually shopping him around. Now, different story if come the trade deadline, the Sharks have dropped way out of the playoff race and they have no chance at making it in. But if they are going to be a playoff team, I have a hard time believing they're trading one of their best defenders to go and do a playoff run without him. And just in my opinion, 2 first and 2 second and 26. Yeah, they have some draft picks, right? They are They are stocked for draft picks, but you don't give up on a playoff run just because you have draft picks. Here's a shot. That one's going to be deflected just wide. Yes, Ferrero Rocher. Oh, haven't had Ferrero Rochers in forever. Hey, Marshall, how's it going? Welcome in. Toronto going to turn, look to put this one across. Back into the Leaf zone. They're going to try and pass it up. Comes down. It's going to be an icing. No, it touches the goaltender. No icing called. Yarncroc trying to get in here. He's trying to pick it up. Peterka looking to move it. Lorentz in here as well. He's digging for it. Yarncroc and Lorentz comes out to Lawton. Lawton with this puck, trying to pass it back to Lorentz. No dice there. Sergachev watching Lorentz. And Utah again going to work this one up. 14 shots for Toronto. They've had a couple of good scoring opportunities, but just can't put one in. I don't want Elton after he declined a trade with the Sharks. Hamilton, you mean? Yeah, I don't want Dougie Hamilton either. Hey, Gangarel, how's it going? Welcome in. This right down on Hildeby. Hildeby going to grab and hang on to it. Gets a little bit of a snow job as Utah coming in. Stetcher doesn't like it. That's going to draw a crowd. Sharks are looking for a young second scoring forward. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. That's for sure. I mean, they have an abundance of young talent. You know, if you look at half their forwards, they're all on rookie deals, right? Celebrini, Michael Misa, Will Smith, Colin Graff, Igor Chernyshov, William Eklund, Zach Ostyachuk. They're all still on their rookie deals. Ty Delandre is not. He's a restricted free agent. He's a young guy. So yeah, San Jose has a lot of young talent. They're going to turn this one around. Utah right back into the Maple Leaf zone. Utah coming in, passing it across with a shot right on. That's going to get kicked aside. It's going to come all the way out and down the ice. Utah sending it right back up. They're not wasting time. Toronto needs to get their legs going. They got to find some energy here and start skating. 6:20 to go in the second period. Coming around behind the net. Picked up here by John Marino. And Utah going to try and put it around the boards. That got stopped temporarily here by Bobby McMahon. And Schmidt going to send this one down the ice. Toronto back up to Bobby Mack. Bobby going to bring this one in. He's going to dump it just side of the net. It's going to be held, so we're going to get a face-off with 5:59 to go. Here in the second period, our man, how's it going? Domi goal coming. Would love to see Domi get a goal. But they just got to keep pushing, right? They just have to keep finding a way. Jackie, you know what? I think at this point, Berube, in the clips I've seen, you know, often you see on social media about the coaches going in and kind of saying something to the team after the game. Hey, congrats, boys. Good job. Or, you know, hey, big milestone goal or whatever it is. The clips I've seen, the way Berube talks to the team, I don't know if we need Berube to stand up and talk. We need somebody else to get up there. He just doesn't seem like the motivating type. And I know obviously what they allow us to see on social media is probably very different than what actually takes place, but we got to get somebody in here to motivate these guys. Let's predict Cal. I don't want to see. Are you predicting Cowan to score? Sharks have been linked to Nick Robertson from Kevin Weeks, and Sharks had trade talks about Nick Robertson in the summer. So listen, if they traded Nick Robertson for Mario Ferrero, I mean, if I'm Toronto, I make that trade all day long. But again, if I'm San Jose, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Not that he's getting you a million points, but he is a pretty solid defender. He's a really solid defenseman. That would be interesting. Nick Robertson certainly would fit in well with a lot of the young stars there. But yeah, that would be an interesting trade by San Jose. Maybe bring a Leaf scarf or something, and Leafs will come back. Need to get something going. Come on, Leafs. Let's do it. Let's step it up. Leafs played really good the last couple games. Yarncroc should be waived. Yeah, and yeah, I'll reserve my opinion on Yarncroc for now. Nylander going to give this to Ekman Larson. Over to Nylander, going to backhand this one in the middle. Tavares going to knock it down. Tavares and Willie bobbling the puck, and here comes Utah again, bringing it out. Ekman Larson going to throw a big shoulder. Got a piece of Dursey, didn't get all of them, but was able to get the puck up to Matthew Nyes. Nyes has been very quiet. Nyes going to pass this one across through the legs here of Nylander, and Utah again bringing it into the Maple Leaf zone with ease. Keller trying to center it. That's going to be intercepted. Toronto Nick Waugh going to backhand this one over. Dakota Joshua we're missing a little bit too. Here's Nylander with a sharp angle shot. Goaltender got a piece, and that's going to go up and out of play. Trade talks are just talks. Seen that at Matthews and Michelli to the Sharks and one clear side. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Matthews is going anywhere. Do you remember Rainmaker? Bruce Boudreau in that, what was that hockey show? Was it like Road to the Winter Classic or whatever it was? And you saw Bruce Boudreau and he was just ripping into everybody. Man, that guy swears more than he says non-curse words. Here comes Utah off the draw again. They're going to carry this one out. Peterka, quick shot, going to get knocked around. Leafs trying to clear. Cowan falls. Nick Waugh is caught watching. If you want to watch, buy a ticket. Utah is winning the faceoffs. Utah is dominating the play all over the place. This shot is knocked down. Penalty coming up. Looks like it's going to be, nope. Referee put his arm up, and then he took his arm right back down. Maybe it was touched by a high stick. Here's a shot. They score again. J.J. Peterka. 4-0 Mammoth. My goodness. Leafs are going to look at this. I don't think, did he get bumped? Leafs just can't clear it out of the zone. I don't see any interference. Butt is in front, but he doesn't make any contact. I think this is going to be a good goal. Stetcher was battling Butt, just couldn't move him. And no chance for Hildeby as he's looking through a big screen. So, wow. Utah 4-0 over Toronto. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I guess I'm outvoted. Well, Utah fans, happy about this one. 4-0, 4 goals on 22 shots. This is going to be played around. Toronto still scrambling around. Again, Utah is playing most of this game in the Leafs side of the ice. It's amazing, though, that they only have 22 shots. This comes around over on the far side. Peterka gets the goal. Butt and Cole get the assists. And I know it's actually pronounced boot, but Butt is so much better. Back around to the side. Marino trying to lift it up and over the shoulder. He can't do it. 3:50 to go. Here's a big howitzer. 87 miles an hour. That one is stopped and kicked aside. Toronto going to go off the glass and stop by Lorentz. Lorentz to Lawton. He missed it. Had to stop, and he's going to dump this one in. Wow. What's the best cheesecake? Your vote counts for 2 because you're the boss here. What are my 2 choices of cheesecake, Onyx? Here's a quick shot right on, and Hildeby going to hang on it. 54 shot attempts by Utah. 54 shot attempts. That's crazy. So if we're talking Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes, I recently had the tuxedo cake cheesecake, and that was very good. Well, you are made for Jays. Can't wait. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Can't wait either. We'll get back in there once the Jays get going. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Toronto trying to come down the ice. Here's a far shot. That one just misses the far side. So I'll be honest, Suzanne, I'm not a huge Cherry fan. Toronto stepping into one. Rebound is there. Matthews can't find it. And Toronto, McCabe swing and a miss. This coming back. Spinning around, Carcone, nice little move. Passing it off. Matthews going to take it away. Matthews, turn, go, 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 go. Over the line. Matthews drops it here. Domi coming, backhand in front of the net. It's there, and again, nobody can get it. Riley going to hold this one in. And Utah takes it away, and we got a Dursey is all shaken up. So he collided with Matthews, and he's hurt. I think is he cut? We got some blood. Dursey ran into Austin Matthews, and something cut him. He's bleeding. So Matthews coming across the middle, and oh, the butt end of Matthews' stick goes right into the face. It wasn't a cross check. The stick was at Matthews' hips, and Dursey is falling, and they kind of collide, and the stick just gets him under the visor in the forehead because his visor was up, and he's got a cut right about here. So he's going to go get some repairs. He'll be back. But yeah, I'm not a big cherry guy. I love cherry Coke, though. Cherry Coke is phenomenal, but when it comes to cakes and stuff, I'm not a big cherry guy. But yeah, tuxedo cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory is very good. That or a classic cheesecake with a caramel drizzle. Those would be my two favorites. Kit Kat cheesecake sounds delicious. Off the draw, this is going to come out. Toronto going to back it up. 2.5 minutes to go. Remember trying Tim Hortons Reese's Pieces cheesecake? I don't remember that. What's the cause for low shots, breakouts, or just not shooting? Just not a lot of shot opportunities. Some good block shots by Utah. Toronto's spending a lot of time in the zone, working it around and not getting the puck towards the net. Back over to Schmidt. He's going to look up ice. Long pass, tipped in. And it's actually going to go into the mesh, so we're going to get a stoppage. Hey, crossover, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see everybody here with us tonight. Hope you're having a good evening. Maple Leafs are not having a good evening. 4-0 Utah with 2 minutes left to go. Got to pick up, got to get in here. All right, Cole, pick it up. Toronto, let's go. Let's find a way through. Here's a shot coming through. Come on, guys. Pick it up. Let's get some energy. Digging in front right there. Utah coming close yet again. 1:48 to go. Toronto going to work this one across. They're going to get it to Domi. Domi is backing up, sliding it through the middle. Nice pass. Matthews tried to thread the needle back to Michelli. That didn't work. Keller coming in. He walks the line. Keller pulling up. Michelli watching him. Back over to Cole. Cole to middle of the ice. Sergachev shoots. That hits a leg. McCabe going to bounce it around. Toronto. Domi putting it across. Here comes Michelli again into the zone. Crisscross with Matthews. Gives it to Domi. Domi feathers it across again, and Matthews couldn't put it in. The goaltender saw that coming a mile away and slides across. Nice save there. Real nice save. Holy smokes. Domi's still skating, though. One of the few that are hustling. These need to give up a lot more than they'll get. Every team knows how bad the defense. Yeah, everybody. That's a great point. That is a great point. Oh, man, it's frustrating, though, right? It's frustrating. Hey, Henry, how's it going? This is where you need someone to drop the gloves. That's right. Get that energy up. Get that motivational move. Hey, Jose, what's up? Somebody got to wake them up. 1:17 to go. Only 16 shots here by Toronto. This going to be played out. Riley going to get it to McMahon. McMahon couldn't control it. Utah putting it right back in. One of the stats I was looking for that I didn't see at the end of the first period was the offensive zone time of possession. Nick Waugh bringing it up. Last minute of play in this period. Nylander going in here. He's digging. Utah taking it away. Ekman Larsson an intercept. Couldn't get it to Nick Waugh. Right back in. Here comes Utah. The pressure continues. Riley going to poke it away. Riley is going to carry this one up. Riley skates past Nylander, and he's going to dump this one in. Toronto can't catch up to the puck. Utah going to bring it right back out. It's the problem when you dump it in so hard, it just goes around and comes right back out the other side. Hildeby weak. Hildeby hasn't been that bad. One of the goals I think he should have had, it was a little soft, but the others, nah, it was just some defensive collapse. Hit there by Benoit, and this is going to come out and all the way down the ice, and this is going to do it. Period is going to expire, and Utah doubles up their score. 4-0 Utah going to the second intermission. My goodness, that was a tough period. Very, very, very tough period. Wow. All right, let's take a look at this. This one was kind of painful, not going to lie. 23 shots for Utah. They had 11 in that period. 16 shots for Toronto, and Toronto actually had 10 shots in that period. Utah, though, still winning in the faceoffs, 53.2%, but it's close. 25 of 47 versus Toronto's 22 of 47. Still no power play goal. Toronto goes 0 for 3, Utah 0 for 2. Each team with 12 hits, 16 block shots for Utah, for Toronto, 10 block shots for Utah. Maple Leaf giveaways up to 10, 12 now for Utah as well. 3 goal scorers in that period. Dylan Guenther with 2 is 22nd and 23rd. And then JJ Peterka, he picks up the 4th goal for Utah. Yikes. When we break this down for the Maple Leafs, not good. Easton Cowan, 2 shots. Michelli, 2 shots. Domi with a shot. Nyes has a shot. Matthews with only 1 shot. Waugh with a shot. Nylander with a shot. Tavares with a shot. Yikes. Matthews only with 1 shot. That just does not work. From a defensive standpoint, 3 shots from Ekman-Larsson, 2 from Riley, 1 from McCabe, none for Benoit, Carlo, or Stetcher. And I'm okay with 6 shots coming from your D, because we always talk about your D needing to get more involved in your D taking shots. Chin up, Buttercup. There you go. I love that. Held off the board by Utah after all the goals lately. I know it's tough. It's tough. Good night, Prep. Good night, and thanks for coming in. The hard part, though, is when you only have 16 shots and your defense have taken 6 of them. So we definitely have to get more shots on net. Definitely more shots. The physicality has been coming. Lawrence and McMahon, 3 hits each. We'll take that. Our defense isn't hitting anything. 1 hit from Benoit, 1 hit from Carlo. When we look at the Utah side of things, 3 hits from Tanev, 2 from Butt, 2 from McBain, 2 for O'Brien, 2 for Krause. Their forwards getting in, and they are hitting all of their shots. Dylan Guenther, 7 shots tonight. 7 shots. McBain, 5 shots. Carcone, 4 shots. Their big forwards are taking big number of shots. From a defensive shot, almost every defenseman has a shot except for Nate Schmidt. So they're getting shots. Their players are getting shots. The most impressive thing is they're hustling. They are moving. The feet are flying, which is absolutely incredible. They are absolutely flying. And that's what Toronto has a hard time competing with is that speed. We saw it last night in Colorado, and we're seeing that again here today. But they'll figure it out. They'll find a way. We know they will. We know they will. This might be a tough loss. Maybe they don't come back. Maybe they do. Maybe they find a way. Either way, we're going to stick with them. We're going to get behind them, and we're going to see what they're going to do. All the team play, trash tonight. Yeah, Dennis, they're not looking good. They're struggling tonight for sure. They're definitely struggling. A very different look than what we saw last night. All right, let's get back to some of our trivia. Actually, before we do that, let me flip over. What is the score in the Dallas game? 1-0 Ducks over the Dallas Stars. That one in the second period, and it's Chris Kreider with the goal for Anaheim. And, you know, that's another funny one. The Dallas Stars were on such a tear. Dallas was explosive. And over the last little while, they seem to have slowed down a little bit. And Dallas, they're losing to the Ducks. So, anything is possible. Any team has a chance. We'll see if the Stars can come back in that one. All right, let me bring this back up. Let's go through to our Maple Leaf trivia. Let's see. You know what? I just realized there's no actual answer key for some of these, so I can only ask you the ones that I know the answers to. So let's see. Oh, some of these are actually really difficult. How do I find the answers? How do I find the answers? I can't ask you the questions if I don't know the answers. They don't have an answer key here? Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Okay. I might have to Google these to find out the answers. That's really funny. All the first questions I knew. Okay, so here's an interesting one. This is an old school one. This is going old school, so you might have to take a guess at the answer here. This is going to the Harold Ballard days. So Toronto Maple Leafs owner Harold Ballard once asked Roger Nielsen to coach wearing what over his head? A Christmas wreath, B, a ski mask, C, a paper bag, or D, a Frankenstein mask. So Maple Leafs owner Harold Ballard once asked Roger Nielsen to coach wearing what over his head? A wreath, B, a ski mask, C, a paper bag, or D, a Frankenstein mask. So this is an oldie, but kind of a funny one. Roger Nielsen, of course, one of the greats, one of my favorites. He had such a great hockey mind. All right, we got a couple of B's for ski mask, a Christmas wreath. We got one D for paper bag. C was paper bag. D was a Frankenstein mask. And the correct answer is C. Harold Ballard once asked Roger Nielsen to coach wearing a paper bag over his head, which is so bizarre, and I'm sure it was one heck of a story. So how it goes is Toronto Maple Leaf owner Harold Ballard asked Roger Nielsen to wear a paper bag over his head when he returned to coach after being briefly fired in 1979 as a publicity stunt to make his rehiring a dramatic event, but Nielsen refused. So the incident was because Nielsen was fired and facing player and public backlash. Ballard rehired him, but demanded he wear a paper bag as a theatrical reveal for his first game back behind the bench. Nielsen was a respected coach known for his humility and refused to do it. While Nielsen wasn't forced to wear the bag, the bizarre episode remains a famous and embarrassing moment in Leafs history. So interesting story. That's pretty funny. Hey, Sasha, how's it going? That's funny. It's crazy. That's really funny. It doesn't surprise me. Harold Ballard did all kinds of very strange things. And Roger Nielsen, I mean, he is absolutely one of my favorites of all time. He's one of the best hockey minds. And the Florida Panthers actually named their media gondola after Roger Nielsen, which was pretty cool. All right, this next one might be easy for some. Others might not be 100% sure. Matt Sundin, we've talked about him a lot. We've talked about him a lot here on this channel. We know how important he was to the Toronto Maple Leafs. But which team first drafted Matt Sundin first overall? Was it A, the Hartford Whalers, B, the Atlanta Thrashers, C, the Quebec Nordiques, or D, the Toronto Maple Leafs? So Matt Sundin was drafted first overall by which team? A, the Hartford Whalers, B, Atlanta Thrashers, C, Quebec Nordiques, or D, Toronto Maple Leafs. And it's crazy that 3 of these 4 teams are no longer here. All right, the answers are coming in. And C is correct. The Quebec Nordiques is correct. I thought maybe some of these older teams would have thrown you off the scent. All right, this is a tough one, and I don't know the date this question was answered, so it might be different. Let's see if this answer is here. This is kind of an interesting question, actually. Okay, perfect. So this is an interesting question. Toronto, obviously beloved by most, always in the city of Toronto. The question is, how many arenas have been home to the Toronto Maple Leafs? So how many arenas have Toronto Maple Leafs called home? Is it A1, B2, C3, or D4? This is an interesting one. So how many arenas were home to the Toronto Maple Leafs? 1, 2, 3, or 4? A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. That's a good question, actually. I like this question. That's a good one for Toronto baseball, too. Yeah, it is a good one. So we got a couple C's for 3, a couple B's for 2. People's first is going with 4. Another one for 2. And the correct answer, country's going 2. Thank you for the follow, Rossi. The correct answer is 4. People first. The only one to get that one correct. The answer is 4. So here's how they break down. Obviously, right now, they're in what was the Air Canada Centre, Scotiabank Arena. So that's 1. Back from 1931 to 1999, they played in Maple Leaf Gardens. So that's 2. From 1917 to 1931, they played at the Mutual Street Arena, which is 3. And from 1917 to 1918, for that season, they played at the Arena Gardens. So the Arena Gardens, they were then the Toronto Arenas, played some early games before moving to the nearby Mutual Street Arena. So 3 is more long-term, but that Arena Gardens, they played in just 1917, 1918. The Mutual Street Arena was the franchise's first long-term home, serving as the base for the arenas and the St. Patrick's. When they moved to Maple Leaf Gardens in 1931, the iconic venue where the team became the Maple Leafs and won so many championships, was my childhood going to Maple Leaf Gardens, and that's the arena that I'll always know. And of course, we know where they play now. So a little bit of a trick there. The Arena Gardens, just a couple early games played there before moving to Mutual Street Arena. And I don't even know where that is. Let's see, or where that was. Mutual Street Arena, initially called Arena Gardens or just Arena, was an ice hockey arena, blah, 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 blah. With the opening of Maple Leaf Gardens, it was a premier site of ice hockey. Okay, does it say where it was? It was used for concerts and all that other stuff. It was originally constructed for $500,000, equivalent to $12 million in 2023. It opened in 1912. That's a lot of money. It was billed as the largest indoor arena in Canada and held about 7,500 for hockey. That's interesting. Very, very cool. Does it say where? I'm not reading through all this, and Quite frankly, my eyes are too tired to see it. Okay, can I zoom in here? This is exactly what I wanted to see. So it was located Mutual Street and Shooter Street, Dalhousie Street. So right around there. So if you know Shooter Street, because Shooter goes right to the Eaton Center. So if you've ever come off and if you've driven to the Eaton Center and you come off the highway, you make your way to Shooter Street, that goes right down to the Eaton Center. So if you go Shooter between Jarvis and Church Street, you'll find the Mutual Street, which was the location for the Mutual Street Arena. Very cool. You walked it the other day. I'd be very curious because I believe it's torn down now. I'd be very curious at what is there. It looks, based off Google Maps, it looks like it's just a park to walk through. But it would be cool if there's a plaque or something there indicating the arena was there. All right, so that was cool. Very cool. Let's get some trivia going. So much for your love. Oh, Suzanne, my pleasure. My problem? Yeah, it's my problem. I love it. I love it. All right, Erica, good night. Take care. Take care. Thanks for staying up late with us. Always fun to stay up late. What time is it? Oh, it's 12 o'clock. We've officially hit Wednesday. For those of you on the East Coast, happy Wednesday. All right, so we're getting set for period number 3 coming up. Do we have time for one last one? Let's find a good one. Organization. No, I don't want to. Don't like that one. All right, here's some interesting defenseman facts. I'll give you these interesting defenseman facts before we go to the next period. Maple Leafs player Boris Salming, we've talked about him a lot on this channel too. Boris Salming was the first NHL defenseman trained in Europe to get 500 points in the league. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1996. So there you go, Boris Salming, the first NHL defenseman trained in Europe to get 500 points. That's pretty darn cool. Despite having had many excellent defensemen, no Maple Leafs player has ever won a Norris Trophy. Is that still true today? Have we never had a Norris Trophy winner? No, it can't be. It can't be. I got to fact check this. Control F, Toronto. Son of a gun. Toronto has never won a Norris Trophy. I did not know that. Did you guys know that? Anybody else notice that? Hey, Endless Summer, how's it going? Looks like they're suffering from jet lag. No kidding. Brandon, so my argument would be that it was the Conn Smythe that actually renamed the Toronto St. Patrick's to the now Maple Leafs. It's a good argument. Isn't it true that the Leafs have never won more than 2 rounds? Oh, boo, BNZ, boo. That's because there were only 2 rounds back then. You're funny. But that's crazy. They've never won a Norris Trophy. Weird. Huh. When Luke Shen was playing minor league hockey for the Saskatoon Red Wings, he was coached by his father, Jeff. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Let's see here. All right, interesting. None of the others are as interesting. That was a good one. I'll have to remember that. No Norris Division titles. All right, folks, it's third period time. 20 minutes left to go. Will the Leafs have enough energy to come back and make this one an exception? Will they come back and make this one a game? It's a cheap shot, but I got to take it. I love it. It was good. It was good. It took me a moment to click in, but that's just because it's late. Why is Jordan Binghamton on Team Canada's trash? Good leftovers. Canada does not have a large roster of good, well, I shouldn't say it. They're all good. They're in the NHL, of great goaltenders. Goaltending is certainly a problem. We used to have a ton of great goaltenders. Well, things are a little different now. So hopefully he does okay. And I think Binnington is okay. I don't think he's trash, not terrible. Johnny, just tell it to us like it is. Tell us how you really feel. Who won the prize? You all win the prize. Medals for everybody. Matthews turning it over. Utah going to come. Toronto. Let's see how the legs are moving. Let's see if they have any jump or if they're just going to play this one through. Michelli going to pick this one up. He's going to carry it to the red line. Crisscrossing with Domi, sends the puck over to him. Domi pulling up, gives it to Matthews. Matthews has it along the boards, sending it around the boards. Michelli came to the front of the net, so he could not get there. See, I don't like the Leafs, but I'm not going to be rude like that. It's all for fun. That's right. I love it. I appreciate it. Respect, BNZ, respect. That's going to be an icing call, so this is going to come back down the ice. Brandon, we're doing okay, thank you. It's been a long game. Definitely not as exciting as last night's game with the Avalanche. It's like a completely different team here tonight. Tavares going to take the draw. They're going to win this one back. Nylander gives it away. Utah with speed coming up. Do they have enough to turn the corner? Backhand right on. That's going to go wide as Carcone, one of the goal scorers tonight, with another good opportunity. And this is going to be put up in at a play. So just over a minute in, and we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a stoppage. You know, I think that should be like some of the minor league hockeys. If they get to 5 goals, a 5-goal differential, they should just run the clock. No, still sick with the flu. I hope you get better soon. The flu sucks. Off the draw, Carcone, another good opportunity, and that's going to be stopped. Toronto going to play this one out. Nylander chasing on to Schmidt. Schmidt going to play this one across. Marino up off the boards, and YouTube and Utah getting this one out. Utah right back into the Leaf zone. They're continuing to press. This shot is going to be deflected up, stays in play, going for the wraparound, comes in front. Tavares puts it between his legs to Nyes. Nyes chugging down the near side. He's going to dump this one down in the corner. Utah's goaltender, Valjima, must be bored out there because he comes out and he's going to play this one up. Toronto back in their own zone. McCabe gets it. McCabe had to wait as the Leafs were making a line change. Throwing it over to McMahon. He gets tripped up, can't get it over to Waugh. And Peterka setting this one across ice through the neutral zone. Utah right back into the Leaf zone. Nope. Hits a skate. They're going to back it up and try again. Take 2. This is going to be dumped in down around the side. Leafs going to play it around the boards. DeSimone sending it in. Cowan is there waiting for it. Sometimes you got to go to the puck. You can't just wait for it to come to you. Yeah, I get a little tired, Suzanne. A little tired these back-to-back late nights. Getting to me a little bit, but that's okay. Good training for the Olympic Games. If we get these late night hockey games. Utah working around. Of course, it makes it worse because I get up so early in the morning to go to work. Oh, big hit here by Scott Lawton. He delivers it to Peterka. The crowd with a big "oh." Cooking, how's it going? Thank you so much, though. That's right. Playoffs are so much fun. Playoffs, we go to another level. Here's a big blast right on, and that's going to be stopped as Schmidt steps into one. Playoffs, we're streaming every single day. Once, twice, sometimes even 3. I think we did 2 triple headers. Those were tough, but so much fun. You get the Saturday 1 o'clock game, Saturday 4 o'clock game, and then an evening game. Those were good. Those were hard. Once McDavid walks, the Oilers are back to being irrelevant. Yeah, oh man, but how good has McDavid been this year? Holy smokes, McDavid has been ridiculous. It'll be 2067. Johnny, that's funny. Hey, Matthew, what's going on? Yeah, not looking good tonight. That is for sure. NHL score tracker showing 4-0 in the third. Yep, Beverly, that is correct. Unfortunately. Hey, Herman, how's it going? No team should have to play back-to-back if Colorado is the first game of the back-to-back. Takes a lot out of the players. No, it does. It does. But that was a tough game, too. The speed and the pace of that game was hard. Here's a shot by Ekman Larson. That one gets knocked down. And you can tell the Leafs just don't have it tonight. You can just tell it. They are completely running low. Here's a shot right in front, and they score. Toronto putting it in. Callie Yarncroc is going to get the goal. Hey, they scored their first. We got to do it. First goal in 19 games for Callie Yarncroc. The Leafs are on the board. That's one. That's one. A rebound coming right to him, and he just kind of blasts this one through point blank. So he just skies it. We are on the board. And I feel too bad for Valkema because he's played such a good game tonight. 3 more to go. Best player in the world, hands down. I assume you're still talking about McDavid and not Callie Yarncroc. The man hugs. You are very welcome. Very welcome. Leafs, keep it going. Ekman Larson picking up the assists. Here comes Michelli. Would love to see Michelli get one as well. Can the Leafs make it a respectable, I can't speak, respectable, not respectable score. Benoit going to dump this one in, going around. Leafs at least got one. Still only 17 shots. Go, Leafs, go. Again, thanks to those that are staying up late with us. I know it's not easy, especially with a score like this. Good night, Suzanne. Take care. First game back. Yarncroc gets the goal. McBain coming in, turning it over. Here's an outlet pass for Nylander. Willie has to dance around the official. Willie, cross-ice pass. In front for Tavares, and he puts it just wide. Matthew Nye is going to send this back to McCabe. I tell you, Matthew Nye seems very lost tonight. He does not seem himself at all. Tavares going to bring it up to Nyes. Stick handling around. Puck is hopping on him. Hey, Katniss, how's it going? Is there hope? There is very little hope. Getting 3 goals in the next 15 minutes, I think is going to be very difficult for them. E-Man, how's it going? Welcome in. Morgan Riley back with it. He's going to back it up. Long look ahead. It's going to come all the way down right on the Utah netminder. He's going to play this one ahead. Utah going to start to carry it up. Even Utah has kind of slowed down, but they're still outskating Toronto. This shot is going to go high and wide. That's going to hit the netting. So it's going to be a stoppage. 14:32 to go. That's right, Brendan. There's always hope until the final whistle. I'd settle for a tie. I would settle for a tie too. I'd settle for an overtime loss. If we could pick up that 1 point, I would be happy. I wish it was 4-2. And coming close. Callie Yarncroc scored in the first 3 games to start the season. He's only had 3 goals since. This shot is going to be steered aside. Leafs Benoit trying to chip it out. Cannot. Utah's done a great job along the boards tonight. A solid job along the boards. We need a Gatorade poll one time so everybody can vote on the best color. Maybe Onyx. Maybe we'll put that as the poll on Thursday for the Vegas game. Who got the Leaf goal? Callie Yarncroc got the goal, and he got it just moments ago. So good job, Callie Yarncroc. Very important goal. Yarncroc spinning. Here's a shot. Almost put it in again. Wouldn't that be something? Lorentz right there. Utah trying to get it out. Lorentz coming over to step in his man and cannot. Nick Schmaltz going to bring it up. Schmaltzy over to Clayton Keller. Keller going to dump this one back. Utah, Jersey, cross ice. One-timer. That's going to go wide. Digging at it. McCabe has it. He's going to pass it out front. They're going to work this one around. Toronto. Cross ice. Stetcher flipping it up. And it's going to come all the way down. No icing call. Ref not going to call the icing. Just letting them play. Hey, Leslie, how's it going? Leafs will not make the playoffs because they stink. I disagree with you. I think they will make the playoffs. In fact, I was 100% confident that they will make the playoffs. They're in a playoff spot right now. Here's a long pass. Here's Matthews turning the corner. Matthews in. Backhand. Great save. Valjima getting that left pad out. He's going to stone him. Matthews with a very nice play. Wanted a call. Doesn't get it. Over to Domi. Domi going to put it to Michelli. To Riley. Riley trying to get it to Matthews. Couldn't. Now he's just going to dump this one in. That would have been something. That would have been great. This coming across, of course, Yarncroak scoring for Toronto moments ago. Would love to see him do it again. Somebody do it again. 12.5 to go. Back into the Leaf zone. Utah getting another shot on net. That should be number 28. Nylander putting it across. Nyes trying to turn the corner. Nyes fighting off his man. Put your freaking arm in the air, referee. That's disgusting. Matthew Nyes turning the corner, breaking away, gets tripped up. No call on the play. Refs just letting them go. They just want to end it. They're going to go to commercial break. If you've ever been in a hockey locker room, you know how they smell. Oh my goodness, it's foul. It is foul. I can tell you just from my boys' hockey, they throw the bag in the car and you got to open up those windows. It is nasty. It is absolutely nasty. I tell you, when we went to our event that we were at Scotiabank Arena and we got a locker room tour, we actually couldn't go right into the locker room because all the players' stuff was still hanging in their stalls from their earlier skate. And they actually had those huge industrial fans. Like if you have a leak in your basement or you have a leak and they bring in those huge fans that blow to dry everything down, they actually had those spread out around the rooms trying to dry everything, dry all the equipment and stuff, because it was crazy. And I couldn't believe it. I'd never seen such a thing, that they were using these industrial strength fans to dry everything that was hanging in the stalls. Pretty crazy. You need a roof rack for the hockey. No kidding. And the worst part, I thought about keeping it in the garage, but I thought it would be cruel because then, they'd put it on and it would be frozen. But yeah, it's bad. We got them. They have these little lemon scent things we put in their bag, which is actually not bad. There's also a spray that neutralizes the odor. It has no scent and it actually works really, really, really well. So once we get it in the house, it's not so bad. Ray doesn't seem that upset. Guess the crack he's chopping is working fine for him. No, I don't think he is upset. And it's tough. In a game like this, it is tough to get upset with the team. Now, there certainly are areas of the game that have been bad, like Morgan Riley. And some of the defensive calamities have been atrocious. But you're coming off a phenomenal game against Colorado. That took so much energy. You got in 2:30 in the morning. You just have all the factors against you. And I know they're professionals and they're supposed to be at their best every single game, but I get it. So this one, you kind of let it slide. Here's Ekman Larson. He's driving and the legs are starting to pump more and more. They're starting to move. So Toronto and Utah are in very similar spots and standings. Utah is just outside of the wild card in the West. They're in the third spot. Toronto is in the wild card. They're in the second wild card spot. With Boston Bruins winning tonight, they jumped over Toronto. So Boston has the first wild card. Toronto has the second. And in the West, Utah is just outside. In fact, they're actually tied with LA, but LA has the tiebreaker. And their records are fairly close as well. Utah's 22-20-4, where Toronto is 23-15-7. So Toronto more overtime games, but in terms of wins, they're kind of one win difference. This back around behind, the difference in points really is because of those ties. Michelli, he's stick handling, putting it across. Matthews shooting, hits the goalpost. Another goalpost for Austin Matthews. Matthews spinning away, going to feed this one back over. Domi, long shot. This one deflected wide. Michelli going in the corner. This line is actually showing some energy, showing some jump. With 10:33 to go, they're now up to 20 shots. Domi bringing it right back in. A long shot. That's going to sail high over the net. Utah going to pick it up over on the far side of the ice. Turka going to play it around, and Utah trying to get it set. Benoit stepping up and pinching up on his man. That was unexpected. To Simon, didn't see Benoit coming up. Too bad he couldn't strip the puck away completely. Ekman Larsson going to knock this puck down. In Toronto, right back behind the net. 10 minutes left to go. 10 minutes left to go. If you're still with us, thanks for being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe or follow. We'd love for you to come back and join us Thursday for the Leafs against Vegas. Kelly Yernkroke, Bob Yernkroke got the goal. Damon, thank you so much for hitting that follow. Back around side of the net. Utah, crisscross, little drop pass. Gunther looking for the hat trick, and he's going to pass it across. And Hildeby making the save, coming over. Really nice save there. Here's Carcone trying to play it in front. That's broken up by McMahon. Doesn't get out. Utah keeping it in. They're open up the shooting gallery again. They're still coming at it. They're still firing away. Leafs are hacking. They cannot get it out over the line. Utah doing a great job. Their defense, again, they've been so good at keeping pucks in, picking pucks up off the boards. Toronto hasn't been getting aggressive, haven't getting right up on them. But again, based on the situation, we kind of give them the benefit of the doubt here. All right, Onyx, buddy. Thank you for everything. Nice trying to dig this one out of the feet on the red line. Willie comes over. Nylander picking it up. Nylander walking towards the net, going to go around behind. He's being pestered. Nylander forced towards the boards, going to get it over to Tavares. He sends it around the boards, and Toronto right back down to Tavares. Tavares in front for Nyes. Can't pull the trigger. Back to Tavares. Here's a shot. That goes wide. Nyes over, going to pick this one up. Nyes circling. So it's 11:44 ozone time for Utah, 10:20 ozone time for Toronto. I don't buy it. I don't buy those numbers at all. Utah spent probably 70% of the first period alone in the Toronto zone. Most of this game has been in the Toronto zone. Onyx is still watching, hanging in there, sticking around. Toronto fighting. We're all fighting. But Utah, they're looking mighty, mighty strong. And should Utah hang on to win here today, they will leapfrog and take over the first wild card position, knocking LA out, and San Jose will drop down to the second position. So this is a big game here for Utah. Go Preds. Hey, Bernie, how's it going? McCabe going to go back for it. Toronto to Michelli. He loses the puck. Utah coming again. A shot right on deflection. And Hildeby with a save. Some more pushing and shoving with 7 minutes in change left to go. They're going to go to another commercial break. 7:42 to go here in the third period. Aloso, how's it going? Utah is making it happen tonight. The Mammoth have been playing well this season. Sure miss them in Arizona, but I'm happy to see them succeed in Utah. Absolutely. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Hope you are doing well. Hope everything is good out your way, my friend. Oh my goodness. If Utah wins, they find themselves in a playoff spot, which is exciting. Happy for them. Very happy for them. If you didn't miss the news that came out the other day, the Buffalo Sabres going to be hosting the NHL upcoming draft. So congrats to those in Buffalo. Very curious if a lot of folks from Toronto are going to make the trek over and catch the draft live. NHL draft, always a lot of fun, especially this year when a couple big prospects are going to be going 1-2 this year. But yeah, Buffalo, I'm sure they'll put on a good show. Always a good time. Love the NHL draft. Let's see. Coming up. Actually, let me check. So Maple Leafs. Whoops, that's not what I meant to pull up. Let's try this again, Samwelb. Learn how to use the internet, would ya? I'm getting tired. My fingers are failing me. All right, so coming up, obviously Thursday, we've been talking about Thursday against the Golden Knights. That's going to be a 9:30 start time. On Saturday, Toronto is playing the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. That is a 7 o'clock game, but we are waiting to see the time of the Buffalo Bills Denver Broncos game. We will be doing the Bills Broncos game on Saturday. If it's earlier in the day, we'll be jumping in with the Maple Leaf Jets in the evening. So Saturday is a little bit up in the air. Monday the 19th, the Minnesota Wild and the Maple Leafs go toe-to-toe. Then they play the Red Wings, and Friday, January 23rd, Mitch Marner and the Golden Knights come to Toronto, followed by Sunday, the Avalanche come to Toronto. So a little road trip we just went in. We're going to see these teams coming back again. So after Vegas, we're going to have Minnesota, Detroit, Vegas again, Colorado again. Going to be some good hockey action coming up here live on the channel. Mitch with dry hair. Bills play Saturday at 4:30. Thank you, Road Warriors. Waiting to see the time. So 4:30 on Saturday. Of course. So we could probably do back-to-back, but I will keep that in mind as we're going to make our schedule. So Bills 4:30 on Saturday. Thank you, TML. I appreciate it. Let's go. Leafs. Yeah, Leafs. Bab, Leafs are having some problems. Leafs are having some problems for sure tonight. 4-1 is the score. 7 minutes to go here in period number 3. Leafs just want to bring an end. Want to run off the clock. Utah still taking some shots. Here's a long pass. Laurent's going to knock this puck down. Had it in his feet. Comes back to Lawton. He touches it up, and that's going to be offside. Offside call. Let's take a quick look over what's happening with Dallas. Still 1-0 Ducks over the Dallas Stars. Wow. 8:52 to go in the third there. Anaheim is up 1-0 over the Dallas Stars. That one is a big shock to me as well. Big shock. Matthews is here. Matthews has had a decent third period, actually. He's had a couple of goal posts. Oh, Bernie, thank you so much. Happy to have you. First timer. Welcome to our community. This is going to be flipped up and all the way down the ice. We love to have fun. We love to bring energy as Utah scores again. Oh my goodness, 5-1 now. Carlo battles his man driving to the net. And Tusky celebrating with some confetti. Holy smokes, McBain is going to get this goal as he just drives this one through. Thank you so much for subbing up to the channel. What I was going to say is Morgan Riley lost his man and Brendan Carlo couldn't fight off McBain. Gunther with a beautiful pass across. What I was going to say is normally it's 7 o'clock or 7:30 games. We like to bring a ton of energy, have some fun. We're trying to keep it a little quiet because everybody else in the house is asleep here at 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. But thank you for staying up late with us. Thank you for subbing up to the channel. We appreciate you. As the Utah Mammoth steamrolling, crushing these Maple Leafs. 5-1, 30 shots now for Utah. And they're looking for more. Coming around and McCabe. McCabe trying to fight this one, trying to battle. Walking right out. Sergachev, 1, 2, 3 guys. Help him right now. Finally, the referee's going to blow the whistle. O'Brien is digging here as, man, Utah is just shooting and shooting and shooting. And Hildeby needs some support. Are they going to go to another commercial break? Yikes. Tough night at the office. Morgan Riley is a -3. Stetcher is a -3. Carlo is a -2. Ouch. Morgan Riley, 18-23 tonight, -3. He's had 4 shots, 2 blocks, 1 giveaway. Brendan Carlo, -2. Played 15-20. 1 block, 2 hits, and a giveaway. Carlo Riley not having a good game. Stetcher, very unorthodox for him. He's been so good, but he's having a tough day at the office tonight. Maple Leaf forwards, William Nylander having a tough day. Him and Tavares, That line -3 for Nylander, -2 for Tavares and Michelli. So they're not having a great game. Domi is an even, though. Domi is an even. Lawton's an even. Nyes and Matthews and Cowan all -1. Nick Waz a -1. Cowan and Michelli each with 2 shots now. How have they not awarded Matthews? Matthews has about 3 goalposts. Is the goalpost not count as a shot on net? He's still hitting the net. Sam, if you could get any former Leaf back, who would it be? Ooh, Onyx, do they still have to be an active player? Or when you say any, it could be any former Leaf? Because that makes a big difference. Send Riley to Disney World, he can't shoot. Our man, I don't want to insult Disney World. We need Jake Gardner back. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Jake Gardner, a name I haven't heard in a long time. Active player. Okay. Any active Leaf player? Man, I mean, Kadri's a good one that comes to mind. I don't think we've had a defenseman that we've gotten rid of that I would say we need back. I mean, Luke Shen would be the only other one that I'd say, you know, he gives us that toughness that with Tanev being out, we'd need. Utah coming around across again. If yeah, Kadri would be one. And I think Fraser Minton would be another guy I would highly consider, to be honest with you. Here they come again, down around in front. Oh, Zach Hyman. There's a good one. There's a good one. Zach Hyman. Forgot about him. Kadri all day. Aaron, yeah, he brings the physicality. Ty Domi, a crowd favorite. He certainly was a crowd favorite. Leo Komarov, Joshua, great pickup. I loved Leo. I bought a bunch of Leo Komarov cards. McNasty with the John Michael Lyles. I met John Michael Lyles. He was actually a really nice guy. Really nice guy. Favorite Leaf player of all time? Ooh. That's hard. Here comes Utah yet again. Driving in front, shot right on, another nice save. I mean, Doug Gilmour is probably the one that comes up. Backhander, that one goes wide. Leafs not apparently going to help the goaltender. Utah's just going to get free shots. Gilmour is probably the one that jumps out right away. But, you know, I would even go back. You know, I really enjoyed the like the Russ Courtnall, Vincent D'Onfus days. Even though the Leafs were not good then, they were so entertaining back then. Hey, Todd, how's it going? Welcome in. Leafs spent so much resource to find a partner for Riley, Shen, Lyubushkin. I liked Lyubushkin as well. I was a huge Lyubushkin fan. This down around 4:20 to go, 5-1. Utah all over the Leafs right now. Gunther coming in again. He really wants the trick. Shot is going to roll in on Hildeby. He's going to hang on to it. That'll be the 35th shot. The OK Game Stopper card. Nice. I remember we were on vacation and we were out for dinner, and I was, for whatever reason, I don't know why I was on my phone. Maybe it was before dinner. I was scrolling eBay and I found a bunch of Leo Komarov like jersey cards and auto cards, and I'm like threw some bids down, and all dinner I kept watching and I ended up winning them. It was so cool. Think the Jays will sign Tucker or Bo? Well, I think Tucker has a pretty good offer on the table right now. It'll be interesting to see if he accepts it or turns it down. But I think the Jays are going to try and negotiate something with Bo. Johnny Bunting, yeah, Michael Bunting would be a good guy to bring back too. No one said Marner. I would not bring Marner back. Matt Martin, there's a good one. Some good. Brian Leach. He's not active though, unless he works for a team. Grabot Kapanen, yeah, Kasperi Kapanen, so much potential. This back around, Utah going to pick it up. I always love doing the fantasy bookings. So much fun. Armchair GM. Toronto back in their own zone. McCabe going to put it across. 3:20 to go. 3:20 to go as the Maple Leafs not looking good. Firstry, welcome in. Here's a quick shot. That one is going to be kicked out. Hildeby has been the busiest Leaf by far tonight, and especially in this third period. Utah's going to score again. Wow. And Morgan Riley on the ice yet again. Sammy Blaise. Want him back already. Brendan Lipsick. That's funny. Yikes. This is ugly. Daniel Boot is going to get the goal. Just nobody around. It's a shooting gallery. I feel bad for Hildeby right now. It's like practice. Shot after shot after shot after shot. Hildeby goes down, kicks out the right pad, makes the save. Loose puck is just sitting there. Nyes doesn't come to take his man. Morgan Riley is chasing somebody else to the other side of the net. It's going to be 6-1. Ouch. Here comes Nyes passing it across. That one is intercepted. This coming down the ice. Ben Wall with it now. 6-1. This is embarrassing. This is a reality check here for Toronto. This is a team who left everything on the ice last night in Colorado to pick up a big win. Has absolutely nothing going here tonight. He turned off the game. Yeah, Todd, it's bad. It's bad. McNasty, he has only one T, B-U-T. This is going to be played down the ice. Boot gets his third of the season. Back to Schmidt, going to pick it up. 2:15. Can we just run the clock now? Hey, the other door, what's going on? You're very welcome. Have a good one. Take care. Utah walking to the middle of the ice. Going to play it over. 12:40 to go. Can't believe we're staying up late for this trash. Diehard fans sticking with it through and through. McKenzie, what's going on? Can't wait for the Preds and Leafs. Sounds good. Bernie, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Have a great night. Back Utah in the corner. 1:35 to go. Back to Boot. He's going to bring this one up. Can't wait for Vegas on Thursday. Mitch Marner going to take on his old team. Here they come again. Utah still taking shots. McMahon going to chip this one out. Utah. Working. They're trying to backdoor every play. Utah trying to set everybody up for goals. 6-1. Last minute of play, finally. Last minute of play in this disaster, this dumpster fire. Marvel, it is garbage. Not a good game at all. Here comes Gunther looking for the hat trick, pulls the trigger. Nice save. And Gunther going to take a bump into the corner from Ekman Larson. Here's Lawton going to throw this one across. TML with the super chat. Thank you so much, TML, with the super chat. Why can't I see it? Go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. TML, still loving this team, still sticking with them. 8 seconds to go. This one is done. Utah embarrasses the Maple Leafs 6-1. 6-1. This game is done. Congratulations, Utah. What an unbelievable win. And with that win, Utah is going to move into a playoff spot. And that's why their fans are loving it, because this was a huge victory. And Anaheim takes a 2-1 lead over Dallas. Dallas had tied it up. Anaheim regains the lead there. Unbelievable. Well, we had a lot of goal scorers in this one, so let's run it down here real quick. Carcone opened it up from Schmidt and Marino. Dylan Guenther had 2, his 22nd and 23rd. Peterka got his 16th from Boot and Cole. Jurnkrow got the lone Leaf goal, his 6th from Ekman Larson. McBain then got his 6th from Guenther and Carcone. And Boot ends it from Hayton and Peterka. Phenomenal night here. Dylan Guenther comes away with 3 points. McBain with 3 points. Boot, Carcone, and Peterka all with 2 points. The Leafs, well, nothing to really talk about. At the end of the day, 20 shots for Toronto, 40 shots for Utah. Utah, 17 shots in that third period, only 5 for Toronto. If you ever need a sign that a team stopped playing, that was it. 43.8% for the Maple Leafs in the faceoff circle, 56.3 for Utah. Absolutely crazy. That's a stat Toronto usually dominates. 22 hits for each team, 22 block shots for Toronto. So listen, Utah had 40 shots. Toronto blocked another 22. So that's 62 shot attempts that came through, which is absolutely crazy. 17 giveaways. The third period was just absolute ridiculousness. We're going to forget about this one because Thursday night we're going to have a party as the Leafs get back together with Mitch Marner and going to take on the Vegas Golden Knights. That's going to be so much fun. Will the Maple Leafs be able to stand with Vegas, or will Vegas have the last laugh? Thank you so much to all the mods who helped us out tonight. Had a whole bunch of fun. We appreciate you. Thank you, TML, for the super chats. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel. Welcome 23rd to channel membership, and thanks to all channel members for how you support us. We appreciate it. Leafs are going to clean things up. Leafs are going to do it again, and we'll see. Johnny's calling a Marner Hattie. A Marner Hattie. That would be crazy. I'm looking forward to it. Again, we're taking tomorrow off. We then coming back Thursday with the Leafs in Vegas. Saturday, we got the Bills and Broncos. We're going to get those scheduled at some point tomorrow. Let's forget about this one. Time to go to bed. Have a great day tomorrow. We wish you all the best. Again, this is a Samwelb12 Experience live on the SB12 Sports Network. My name is Sam. I'm your host to bring you the most, and we'll see you Thursday night. Have a great one, my friends. Be safe. Enjoy. Till next time, good night.